podcast again. It's HH's face. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yo, guys, what's the kid, it's 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 the kid. I am always early, man. I've never been late in my life. Okay, I'm always on time. Even if you think I'm late, I'm still always on time, bro. So trust me, man. Here's what it is, man. Guys, we're gonna have a good show. As always, we're gonna have a good show. We're gonna have a great Sunday show. Matson, relax. Chill. Rosario, chill.
My boy Rosario.
So yeah, man. So look, man. There are a few. We're still on lockdown. People are still trying to figure out when the football season will go through, but there are still some movements happening with regards to transfers, people moving in and out, to and fro, and so forth. You know, so there's all of that stuff happening. And me being HH, being a boy, half of I'm gonna try and address it. I'm gonna try and address that stuff. So we say hello to our good friends here, of course, Abdullahi, Vas, Muntaha, and Hazard. But before we even go through with this, so Abdullahi,
yeah,
do you have any thoughts on your very vicious battle with Vas on Friday?
I'll give let me say shout out to Vaz because firstly, like he went all the way to the limit to give all his art for Kevin De Bruyne, and I kind of sincerely appreciate because sometimes what I realize is we need some football knowledge, some football brains in the entire hangout right now. We just can't bring up some people who doesn't have the brain of talking football and everything. Sometimes we need some football brain to speak the truth. Because sometimes all of us, I won't like, mostly are fanboys, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, blah blah, fanboys. But we need to have that brain, someone that will come out and be like, yeah, he may not be good, but I have my objective on this person. I know how good he is. So yeah, I may not know too much about Paul Pogba but as a player and how good he is, I kind of pull out my best in it just to show this is how good Paul Pogba is. I think Red will be able to debate more about it because he knows more about Paul Pogba very, very well. And Montana, they'll be able to say more about him because they have that brain and the knowledge of Paul Pogba. If it's someone I know very like Ugolo Kante now, Eden Hazard, I can come out and say that because these are the players I know very, very well. But it was a real good debate because Vas went all out to kind of debate very well, which is very good. Me, I'm not even coming out to come out to be the winner. I just want to prove out my point and say what I know about Labio Pogba.
Okay. So, and what about you, Vas? Your reflection on the bout?
I think it was good. And I wanted to debate John actually.
Whoa, Vas, you sound like a robot. Vas,
your mic, bro. Your mic. What's going on? Hello.
Vas?
Yeah. Is that my mic or what?
Fix your mic.
Yeah. I think your mic is making you sound like a robot. Try to reconnect you on your mic. Okay, look, man. And I think okay, come on, I'm reconnecting. So guys, okay, look, man. Let's start off first with our first topic right now. And the key, excuse me if my brain is a bit slow. I have been drinking a lot of Jack Daniels, so excuse me if my brain is a bit slow. There's a lot of Jack Daniels through my brain right now. So no, actually, no. We're gonna start with this. Neymar. So apparently, Neymar has been given a massive, huge price tag. And you see, when I posted this whole thing, since I was going to talk about Neymar, there's a guy on Twitter who said that, can you please have a hangout where you don't actually insult Neymar and so forth? And I was like, wait, we don't really insult Neymar. Yeah, Neymar is all right. So, but let me just start first with this and we'll go to everyone else. First of all, we discussed this on yesterday. In today's climate, nobody is paying 160 million because I think 160. It says it's 168. I think million euros, give or take. What's that? 140, 150 pounds, 150, 155 dollars, or so forth. So nobody is paying that amount of money. But I think this is more so to do with where is the Neymar legacy going? We keep hearing Barcelona, and to close off the Barcelona thing, if Messi is still there, I don't see how Neymar is going back to Barcelona. Even more so, Barcelona didn't have the funds to begin with. Even more so now, they don't really have the funds to even get a Neymar. Even if you get a swap deal, this is more so to do with. So even if wait, let me just make that. So even if you have a swap deal, they don't think Barcelona have enough pieces that could satisfy PSG for them to give up one of their most prized assets, Neymar, a guy who they literally got to try and win the Champions League. But what I've always been hearing is Neymar's destiny, is his destiny PSG? This is where it will be. This is where he will ride through, and this is where he'll end up. Because I've always said that PSG is a stopgap. PSG is a stopgap. Once he wins, okay, no, scratch that. If he wins the Champions League with PSG, he leaves. Now, let's say 2-3 years pass and he doesn't win the thingy with PSG. I still say he leaves. And my thinking is that he goes to Barcelona once Messi leaves. I think Real Madrid may be out of the picture of the question, and I can't think of anywhere else apart from Barcelona that he would go to. I don't know whether it's a Man City or so forth, but is there an argument to be said? Let's widen our views and so forth. Is there an argument to be said that Neymar could commit his professional career and future at PSG and help build them a dynasty? Because he likes it in Paris. He likes it in France. It is a major market. And as long as he is there with his image and his status, PSG would always be an attractive thing. The whole Jordan thing is still linked to PSG. So they have Jordan, they have Neymar. So it will always be a major market. So you'll always have players wanting to go to PSG based on Michael. Look at how this can maximize myself. Because guys, let's keep it real. We're not in the 90s anymore. Players are looking at life beyond football, and they're looking at off-the-field opportunities. And PSG provides so much lucrative sponsorship opportunities that it is very hard to deny that and not have that. So let me come first to Hazem with this. Do you feel that someone in the future will match Neymar's price tag, or do you think Neymar will commit his future to PSG to build a dynasty with PSG?
Yeah, so first of all, Ramadan Mubarak to all the Muslims out there.
Yes. Ramadan to everyone, man.
And Neymar, I think he's gonna. The problem with staying at PSG is you have no guarantees. You have no guarantees that they're gonna win the Champions League. And to be honest, every single year they bring this group of players, and they don't have a proper transfer policy in order to get the players used to each other, form a proper plan, have a project in mind. They fail in the Champions League, and then they're so hasty to just replace some key players, and it keeps on going back to zero. They need to, and this is the problem for Neymar. I think if they start building the team around Neymar, then they may have a chance at the Champions League. If they fix up their defense and start building a team around Neymar, then they may have a chance at the Champions League. But the problem is, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. And the problem is Neymar's injuries are withholding them from doing that. Because when you have Neymar injured for half the season or a couple of months, then what are they going to do? And you have, for example, this year, the suspensions as well. Neymar is also an unreliable player. So it's
okay, but what about? Yes, he has those injuries, which is very true. But for PSG, they're like, PSG are a business club, not a football club. So, like, yes, we are willing to put up with the injuries because we're making so much money off the ball based on his image. Compared to the club, what about that?
Well, to be honest, PSG have already been making money of their image. They have some big players, and their brand deals are very, very big brand deals with Mbappe, Cavani, Neymar. And Neymar is a big part of that, yeah. But I think PSG want to go a step further. The reason they got Neymar is not only for the financial benefits. They got him, it's clear, just to win the Champions League. The Neymar signing was their biggest signing ever, and they made a statement. They said that we want to win the Champions League. But what they don't understand is it's not as simple as that. You have to actually have a whole structure in place, and I don't think they did that yet. So I think Neymar should stay for a bit longer to see if they're actually building a team around him. And to be honest, if they don't win the Champions League next season and they don't look like they're going anywhere, then I think he should just leave and maybe go back to Barcelona, as you said, because how long is Messi going to really continue at Barcelona? I think Messi is packing up his bag, like getting ready to retire in a couple of years.
So you think Messi will retire from football in a few years?
Yeah, I mean, how long can he? I don't think his physicality is good enough in order to carry him beyond to the late 30s. To be honest, like Ronaldo, for example, I think he's gonna finish much earlier than that, and Barcelona's gonna have a big gap. And I think only Neymar can fill, because who else can really fill that gap at Barcelona? Neymar was the only player who actually reached Messi's level in that MSN season when they won the Champions League. He was really, you could argue, like very close to Messi in his level, and that was when still Neymar was young. Now Neymar is developing, so I think he can really take that role, and Neymar can really establish himself, because PSG, it's a very risky game you're playing. If you want to establish yourself, eventually you need to go to one of the big clubs, Real or Barcelona. If you look at all the greatest players in history, most of them have played for either Real Madrid or Barcelona or before Milan, and that's why it was like in this challenge there was, where you had to build the 11, where no two players played in the same team. Any player that played for Real Madrid and Barcelona, like all the best players played there, so it was so hard to put them all together. So that's why, like, I think it's important to play there and leave an impact there if you want to be considered one of the great players. So as a PSG, becoming a PSG legend, maybe if they win their first Champions League with him, it can be good. But I think it's if they don't do it, he should really go back to Barcelona or Madrid. You know, if he goes to Madrid, that could get interesting. You know, that could get very, very interesting.
No. For me, I've always felt that he should have. Real Madrid was the perfect fit for him. I think for Neymar, the kind of player who he is, his mentality and psychology, how he plays, Real Madrid was a more perfect fit than Barcelona with Messi.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, so I think definitely he should go to the what's it called, the classical clubs, return there. I think PSG, it didn't really work out for him, but let's see what happens this year, because this year it's interesting. You know, PSG are doing very well. The only obstacles I would say that could stop them are maybe Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich. So yeah, let's see. This year will be very interesting.
Okay, so real quick, did Rivaldo ever play for AC Milan?
Rivaldo.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he played for AC Milan, but for a very brief moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so basically Ronaldinho, and Rivaldo played for AC Milan.
Yeah. Ronaldo as well. He got injured, which ruined his time in Milan.
Yeah. Okay, so Abdullahi, man, Neymar. Do you think someone will be able to buy him, or do you think he will finish his career at PSG?
For me, it's two things. Firstly, do Barcelona even have the fund to fund Neymar? That is the real question now. Because do they even have the money to fund Neymar? Neymar I'm very sure it's going to be up to like 150 million euro right now. Do they even have the money to fund Neymar? To buy Neymar right now, they have to sell a lot of players in that team. A lot of players. Felipe Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele. A lot of players. They have to spend a lot of money, huge lot of money to buy Neymar. So the question is, like, do they have the money to spend on Neymar? That's the first one. The second question is PSG really gonna lose Neymar this year and lose Kylian Mbappe next year? That's the second question you need to ask PSG, because PSG can lose two superstars in just 2 seasons. That's a failure for them. Because you can't buy 2 superstars in your team.
No. I think, look, PSG have to accept Mbappe is leaving.
Okay.
Which is why you've hit on a very interesting point, because I do agree that for PSG to lose both Mbappe and Neymar is crazy. 100% Mbappe and Real Madrid, that's happening. So
Yeah.
if they are social Mbappe and Real Madrid is happening and they can't stop because Mbappe will not sign a new contract,
Yes.
does this put more weight to Neymar committing to PSG and them holding Neymar down?
The problem is, firstly, why do Neymar leave Barcelona first? He wants the competition. He wants to be the super best players in the world. He wants to play out of Messi's shadow. Good. You left Barcelona and go to PSG. Now you prove yourself. For 2 consecutive seasons, he's been injured. This year was only the year Neymar showed up. Was only the year he showed up. And now Barcelona wants to buy him back because of Neymar. Neymar is performing very well, or is it because of what they need, or is it because of they can't meet up to the level of Real Madrid right now? I think the question we need to ask that is Neymar really sure of leaving PSG and going back to Barcelona? If he's very smart enough and he's very smart as a professional player, if he just stay in PSG and win the Champions League, they are just, I think, one more season more to win the Champions League. They have the complete team to win the Champions League. All what they need is just get away from the round-up system.
So let me ask you this. So if Neymar wins, let's just say he wins the Champions League then, does he then leave, or do you think he then stays to PSG to win more Champions Leagues?
I think if he wins the Champions League, I think he will stay in PSG. Because if he won that is the only thing PSG are wanting right now. They have won different French league already. The only Champions League is the only hurdle that is winning them back right now. The same way with Man City, with Pep Guardiola. That is the only thing weighing them down right now. If Neymar Jr. wins the Champions League, I'm saying it right now, he's staying in PSG. He's staying.
Okay. So Redman, where do you stand with this whole Neymar thing? Do you think someone will meet that price tag? Do you think
well, to be honest,
stay at PSG for his career?
In my opinion, like I think Neymar, he should stay at PSG. Like nobody's gonna meet that price tag. I think Barca will try, but like I don't think they'll be able to really lure him away. PSG is just like it's a one-stop destination. You don't leave PSG. Every player that goes to PSG, they just only when PSG doesn't want them. And I also think that's also good for his career because look, he could he pretty much, I feel like he already screwed himself over by going to Barcelona initially as being one of the all-time greats, is because he sort of wasted 5 years of his career sort of being a sideman. Like even right now, whenever we try to praise Neymar, everybody always goes like, "Oh well, it's because he had Messi. Oh well, it's because he had this Suarez. Oh, well, you never give him his credit, even though he was top scorer, even though he was pivotal and he was like easily either the best or second best player on that team, depending on which game you're watching. So like he's already ruined his chances of being one of those all timers so far. I guess if he wins a couple World Cups, maybe, but. So I think saying that PSG, winning PSG their first ever Champions League, possibly defending that title, winning them a second title, that would immortalize him. At least in France, it will. He's already part of one of the most lethal front threes of all time.
Okay, so you believe that there is a desire within him to create a dynasty and be a PSG legend?
Absolutely. That's the goal. That's what he wanted to do when he went there. Like, and let's be honest, like. Every football fan, every neutral football fan respected that move. Every fan that saw him go to Paris loved that move. Like, let's be honest, because like now we have another titan in the mix. Like you have Pep Guardiola at City doing his thing. Now you have Neymar at PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, the Juve. Like these, you just now have like a good 6 teams that could easily win this trophy. Like one of them could win it. Like it just makes the competition much better. So I love that move that he did to Paris. Unfortunately, it's just been very unfortunate. Like look, the first 2 seasons he was in, he didn't even get to play at home in the Champions League. He played the away legs, and then he got injured at the home legs. And then in this season, he's finally fully fit. This whole Corona thing happens and the season's blown off, even though he did perform. He performed away from home and he performed at home. So he showed up as he always does, because Neymar always shows up. He's always a top 3 player. Any season Neymar's available as a top 3 player. So like I personally think I think he should stay at PSG. Look, obviously if Barcelona come knocking and they tell you, look, we want you to be our number 1, like Messi's moving on, you take that call, obviously. Obviously, Barcelona is easily it's a top 3 club in the world. Like you don't have to establish a legacy for Barcelona. The legacy is already there. You just have to grab that baton and move forward with it. Like, so I think like if he does get that opportunity, he's not going to go to Madrid. He'd be dumb to go to Madrid. He's already hated enough. Like, why would you go to our travels and be hated by Barcelona fan base?
Well, wait. No. There's a difference though. You see now, if he had gone, like if he had done a Figo from Barcelona straight to Real Madrid, then that's crazy. I don't think the hate will be that much because he's left Barcelona for such a long time. They have had gone through so much since he's gone that if he now was to go to Real Madrid, the hate will be there, but not as vociferous as it was if he just did like a direct route from Barca to Real Madrid. You know?
See, here's the thing: is that you spoke about it in a pre. Now you would have been right in a pre-Messi era, but now Barcelona. They look, Barcelona. We all know what Barcelona's club goals are. It's to maximize Messi's legacy. That's all they're trying to do. They don't care about. They just want to win Champions League just so Messi could add more to his count. They want league titles so Messi could add more to his count. They just want to. Stapp had more goals just so Messi could add more to his count for goals and assists. That's Barcelona's legacy because they know they're not going to be able to replace Messi, right? So if Neymar were to go to Real Madrid and possibly go directly against Neymar and hinder his possible accomplishments and achievements, the fan base are going to hate him. They're gonna hate him. Like they're not gonna. No matter what. Like if he just for the fact that he's going against Messi is that's the fact that why they're gonna hate him because again let's not forget they want Messi to retire as the quote unquote GOAT. No matter what, GOAT, and we know that they're gonna always call him the GOAT, which is respectable. But so Neymar, it's not a good move to go to Madrid. You go to Barcelona, or you stay at PSG. Everywhere else is a downgrade or just a sidestep. So no need.
Okay. Muntaha, man, your thoughts on this, bro?
Bro, first let's deal with Barcelona's case. First of all, Barcelona club is like in utter shambles, and they are under the debt of at least $1 billion, which we know that. So that's nothing surprising.
Excuse me, you said how much?
$1 billion. Yeah, 800 million euros. Yeah. Yeah. And if you want me, I can provide you evidence for that as well. If you want, like I know Barcelona fans are going to hate me on your live chat. Secondly, bro, there's like power struggles going on in Football Club Barcelona, and it's like so serious. Like there's been allegations throwing on the players throwing on the board of directors. Elections is coming soon as well. We don't know who like the new candidate for the Barcelona election is the right guy for them, or like there's like it's a mess everywhere in Football Club Barcelona. And how can they afford? Because like they literally said in the media that they cannot afford Neymar's move in the summer transfer window because of coronavirus and economic crisis in the club going on. And secondly, with respect to Lautaro Martinez move as well, they backed off from Lautaro Martinez move because of economic crisis as well. So which was $111 million was the transfer fee target for Lautaro Martinez, which they couldn't afford. So it shows that the club current status right now. So I don't think so Barcelona is possible this summer for Neymar. And with respect to PSG, I don't know how PSG is going to allow him because we saw last season, right? I mean, PSG, they said, okay, Neymar is on the transfer market.
Wait. So you said nobody can match. Okay, what if someone matches the 168 or 170? Do PSG budge, or do you think PSG will be like, no, we're not selling him under no circumstance because of Mbappe leaving?
Bro, exactly. This is a problem, right? So, for example, even if PSG says, okay, right now we're not going to leave Mbappe. So, ultimately, in 2022, Mbappe, in 2022 summers, either Mbappe lives in free, or next summer, when 2021, they sell Mbappe to us, at any price, for example, 150, 140, 170, something like that. Okay, so that doesn't make sense for a club like PSG status to sell Mbappe or allow Mbappe to go free, in summer 2022, because he's not going to renew the contract. We know that. So I don't think so. Like they have any chance to keep Mbappe. So the only chance they have is to keep Neymar. Okay, and even if in that case, if they want to sell Neymar, bro, that's a blow to their project, massive blow. So I don't think that they will allow that thing to happen. I believe that Barcelona cannot afford Neymar now. And situation with Real Madrid, his agent came out and said, Neymar's ex-agent I forgot his name. He came out and said like, "Oh, Florentino Perez last season I was with his in offers and he dreamed to sign Neymar, but that was last season scenario. It was, but like it's 1 year now. Situation changed. Our priority changes because there are other big stars as well in market. For example, Erling Haaland. You know, you have Mbappe as well. You have Sancho as well in market. So why a club like a Real Madrid right now go for a player who's injury prone? Okay, who can just give you maximum 5 years, maximum 5 years. I'm saying, right? Okay, in either situation. Okay, and his injury prone as well. I don't know how much he can give you. Okay, in marketing terms, yes, he can give you many things, but like overall as
we can't ignore the marketing side from this whole PSG. The marketing side is huge.
yeah, but like same goes for Mbappe. I believe Mbappe marketing thing is like as close as Neymar, so as big as Neymar. I mean, so I mean, what's the point of signing a player who can just give you 4 years, 5 years, 4 years, 5 years max? It doesn't make sense, right? So I believe that what Neymar should do is, I think so. I'll stay with PSG, win Champions League, and this is like some exceptional case where Newcastle United can come out, can pull out some Neymar thing, you know, once he done with PSG, something like that happen. I cannot see him going Barcelona this summer or even next, because I'm like pretty much sure that Messi is going to retire in Football Club Barcelona, which means that he will play for another 2 years, at least 2 years. So yeah.
Okay. Let me just hit the super chat quick. So yes, Sarri says this. Imagine they spent 130 million on Griezmann. Now they're broke.
Oh my God! What a joke!
Okay, FG man, hit it. Thoughts on this whole Neymar thing, man?
Look, man, I don't know. Look, there's zero chance Neymar leaves. There's zero chance Verratti leaves. There's zero chance Mbappe leaves. Once you sign for PSG, you're never leaving. I remember.
What?
Look, man, I remember
Oh
in
my
2017. In 2017, Verratti wanted to join Barcelona. It was so everyone thought he was gonna come, and then these Qatarians literally made Verratti post a video explaining he never wanted to leave PSG, and I guarantee you they had a gun in front of his head when he said those things.
No, they didn't.
No, that's true. That's actually true. He's actually
he
right.
looked scared. He looked scared, like there was some gun in his face. I'm telling you.
What do you mean that's actually true?
You could look it up. Look it up. You could actually look it up. When you go, Verratti was pretty much done. He wanted to go to Barcelona. They were actually posting it. Everything was pretty much set. And then out of nowhere, 180, he just posted a video. I'm saying at PSG, and ever since then, he hasn't said a word about leaving. Of course,
no, but you can't say. Where's the proof for holding a gun? That's
that's exaggeration. That's hyperbole.
Yeah, that's exaggeration. But look at his face. He looked scared when he said that. And secondly,
no, the thing is, FG is talking seriously.
Nah, PSG is a golden prison, man. I don't care how expensive you are, what kind of player you are. Once you sign for this club, you're never leaving. And for like double A's, how can you say Mbappe is going to Madrid next year or something? They're not selling Mbappe. They bought Mbappe for 180.
Mbappe free, my friend. Do you know that? 2022 summer.
They're gonna give contract expired. They're not gonna lose Mbappe on a free. They're gonna make Mbappe sign a 60 million year contract or something. They're not losing. Dude, they paid 180 million for this deal.
They tried twice, by the way, and he rejected.
No, but they can easily just tell him you're not playing a game in the last season if you don't sign.
Mbappe is France superstar. I mean, do you really think he'll finish his career in PSG?
France superstar. He's gonna be in the French league forever.
Wait, FG, okay. Because I literally just, who had a gun to whose face?
I guarantee it's Khalifi. Khalifi definitely had a gun to Verratti's face when he made that video. Look at Verratti's face, man. That dude looked scared when he posted that video 3 years ago.
Wait, what?
And not to mention, look, Mbappe. Yeah, what was on this? Oh man, I think I lost my train of thought.
Okay, so in your view, so you're saying that Neymar isn't leaving PSG, he's staying at PSG?
Yeah, he's staying for PSG. I mean, no one has the price. I mean, they bought this dude for 220 million. If he's gonna leave, you have to either match the 222 million, or they're gonna even ask for more. And for Mbappe, they paid 180 million for him. And guess what he did after they bought him? He won a World Cup. That means his price is doubled. So we're talking about 300 million right now.
Let me ask you FG a question. What if they take over from Newcastle coming and they offer Newcastle and Paris Saint-Germain 178 million for Neymar? What will you say about it?
There's FFP, bro. You can't do that. As
It has been moved to next year right
Dude,
now.
plus no one wants to go to Newcastle.
Because there's a new takeover there. The Saudi Arabia people are already
No,
taking
no,
over.
no, 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 Bob.
Bro, that's not how football works today.
No, Bob. The key point, which is what I've actually made, is that you can have all the money in the world. It depends where the market is. PSG, him going to PSG wasn't just because they had the money. It's Paris. And 100, unless you're a psychopath, 100% of people will choose Paris over the north of England. So
I don't know about that. Because Paris is a pretty smelly city, man.
No. What's going on? Because I went to Paris recently. Yeah, no, there are places in Paris that are a bit sketchy, but have you seen the north of England? Have you seen New That's like
Oh my God.
Have you Manchester United, Manchester City, in Manchester? Like, so it was raining and gloomy. And second, I got it back though. Secondly, remember the World Cup is held in Qatar. Next World Cup, and PSG are owned by the Qatarians. They're not going to lose their two biggest assets right before that 2022 World Cup. So if they're ever going to leave, it's going to be after that World Cup. Because they need those two players for the brands for the Qatar
It's the World Cup. The World Cup does not need any branding. Like the World Cup.
No. PSG don't. They're not going to lose their two biggest assets.
FG. So this guy's asking, where is this video?
It was on Twitter, man, all over 2017. I mean, if you look for it, you can find it.
Yeah. So just search Verratti transfer on Twitter and try to go to 2017. You'll probably find it.
Okay, so basically, they say like the Qataris aren't selling to the Saudis. Now that is interesting. So that's why I said, like, look. So even if he buys it through, I don't think those dudes from the PSG would sell to Newcastle. So Newcastle, you're gonna have to be very, very. You have to be a bit more imaginative of the kinds of players.
Let me say, imagine this.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, and not to mention the Premier League has like a TV rights with the Qatarians, like beIN Sports and all that. So I'm pretty sure the Qatarians are gonna block that Saudis move. They're probably
on the international scale, Saudis also like they own a lot.
The Qatari can be like
Al Jazeera.
If you let Saudis in, we're gonna take the TV rights from you.
No, but like the people, I don't know why people think Newcastle is going to be this immediate project. Like Newcastle could be like Manchester City. Manchester City was bought in 2008. It took them 5 years before they won their first Premier League. Was it 5? 4? They won in 2012.
Yeah,
won in 2012.
Yeah, bro. But Red beIN Sports overtook Al Jazeera, bro. Like now beIN Sports is like a big power in the football world.
Yeah. No.
The news I'm hearing right now is,
but like the thing is, it could be an investment. It could be like a long-term investment because like Newcastle might not be like compete. It might not compete right now, but like let's say for example, over the course of like 5 to 10 seasons, they established like a good income and a good brand where they could like FFP increases, and then they could start having these big money buys.
Wait, one more thing. Going back to the whole Neymar thing and Mbappe. We have to remember, every time we see a report that Neymar wants to leave, it's always from the Barcelona side, the Catalonian reports. And every time Mbappe wants to leave, it's always from Real Madrid, the AS Marcus. It's never from France. It's never from a French report.
Actually, no, La Parisienne always report on Mbappe wanted to leave.
Wait. Didn't Mbappe's agent said like if coronavirus pandemic didn't take place, I mean, Mbappe would be in Madrid. He has an agent. An agent is coming on saying that, and that guy's a player representative. I mean, come on.
No, isn't his agent his father? I could have sworn it was his father.
No.
Mbappe.
Okay. So this from Martin Rizal says, FG being cerebral today. I like it. So FG, what have you been meditating or something? What's the new approach and attitude for tonight?
I don't know. Look, man.
We're not talking about Ronaldo.
Look, I'm being dead serious about that Verratti thing. Find the video and you'll see I'm right.
Actually, I am going to find that because that's wild. So after we're done here, I'm going to try and find that video and say what's up. So let me just see this group chat says it says that the Saudis have more money than the Qatars. How do we know this? How do we know?
Even if that's true, the Qataris have the TV rights.
I'm hearing the Newcastle one. Their new manager is gonna be Massimiliano Allegri. Allegri is a tier 1 coach. Allegri is not Lampard. It's not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's not Pep Guardiola.
Allegri is not going to Newcastle, bro. Allegri is not going to go to Newcastle.
Okay, Red. If they offer him,
it's possible.
I guarantee you. Look. When you're at that level of wealth, it all becomes a blur. It doesn't matter anymore. For people like Allegri, I'm pretty sure he cares more about his legacy. Him going to Newcastle and failing he'll never get a top job ever again.
But
Right? He needs to go to a stable project. He needs to go to a stable club. Somebody like a Bayern. You go to a Chelsea. You go to a Manchester United. You go to a club that you know that like there will be investment. They know how to run. They have it. You don't go to Newcastle, a new project.
Red, let me assure you, from the famous words of $1 Million Man Teddy Biasi, everybody's got a price. Everyone has a price. And if they offer Allegri a contract with enough zeros, he's going to Newcastle. He's learning Newcastle or like that language that they speak in Newcastle, and he's going there.
Have you seen Allegri's English?
Bro, Northern Allegri, man.
It's worse than Conte's.
Allegri actually started speaking English like the past year.
He is going to speak like William Shakespeare. He will be speaking. Don't mess with money. Everybody loves that cash, and don't think that I've made enough cash, so I don't care anymore. Nah, bro. That's not how it works.
I honestly think some people just care about legacy more than money.
But I think what I'm hearing is once the Qatar take over, they want to get Massimiliano Allegri as their first coach. Now Allegri can rebuild that Newcastle.
Because like not only that, like let's say they do give him like let's say a good lucrative contract, right? They give him let's say what's the highest paid? The highest paid I think is Simeone. He's getting paid like 16 million. Let's just say they go and give him 20 million. They break the record and they give him 5 million more than the other manager, right? But he doesn't do a good job at Newcastle because the project overall, not because of lack of his tactics, but the project overall is poor. Now, of course, to the common man, they're not going to know that. So he's going to ruin his brand. He won't ever get a contract ever again. So that 20 million investment costs him another top paying job, possibly at like a Barca, Madrid, a Bayern, or possibly return to Juve or like any of these other elite clubs because he wanted to risk it for Newcastle.
But let me ask you that.
But there's a counterpoint for that. The counterpoint is that because very very few big clubs, for example, like Manchester United or even Barcelona or Real Madrid, likes to play in the Allegri playing style. So they don't want to play in the Allegri playing style. So if he goes to Newcastle, right, and if he gets some right players, what he's getting, so I think so he can fix it up. It's not about just winning Champions League with Newcastle. It's like improvement. For example, 3-4 years of improvement, winning one Prem, some trophies in domestic English cups. I mean, that will be more than enough for him.
Wait, I just want to say one more thing. I am totally in favor of all these Arab, Saudis, Middle Eastern guys taking over these football clubs. It brings more competition, and it finally breaks this whole Real Madrid, Barcelona powerhouse for these past decades. Like the fact that
the way your club would have been dumb, bro. Your Manchester United would have been dumb if Newcastle, it was being good.
No, man, Manchester United's a sleeping giant, bro. Manchester United's a sleeping giant.
Like, they would be in English Premier League, and they would like to dominate EPL because, like, you cannot dominate.
The Saudis were smart to take
10 in a row, 12 in a row.
Dude,
but they will look to dominate.
They have a big fan base and marketing base.
Yep.
Easy. Let me just.
I'm even hearing that now. After I think what I'm hearing right now.
Easy. Let me just hit the super chats first because we have to move on. So, Martin Rosario says that Qataris v Saudis is like Bad Boy versus Death Row in the 90s. Damn.
Bro, it's three-way, like Qataris, Saudis, and Emiratis as well. Don't forget the Emiratis with Man City.
I'm taking the Saudis. Didn't they kill that Koshin guy?
Newcastle is a big.
Bro, they killed him on camera, bro, and nobody caught. They didn't get caught. Khashoggi.
Bro, the Emiratis with Man City are also. You don't underestimate them.
Let me just ask this quick question. Just a quick question. Just a quick roundabout thing, man. So I'll start off. So dude is 28, 2029. The question is, will Neymar ever win the Ballon d'Or?
Yes.
So my answer is yes, he will. That's my answer. And
wait, give me a year.
The reason why I say, let me land. The reason why I say yes is once Cristiano and Messi sort of go away, like I feel that Neymar can still be effective at 33 or even 30, 34.
I don't know about that. He's not built like that, man. He's not built like that.
And let me land. He'll be a different player. But I still believe that Neymar can still do something and still be an effective player at 33 and 34. And I feel that he can probably. And this is just me speculating. I could be wrong, but I'm just speculating that I think that he will tweak his game to what a 33, 34-year-old can do and will have one big season. So by the time he's 33, 34, Messi, Cristiano will be 38, 39, Messi will be like 37, 38. So I think that is when those guys will pretty much be right down on the downer. So I do feel that he's not winning more than one Ballon d'Or. No way. So he's winning max one. And I do feel that it will just be 1 year where 33, 34, a different Neymar, but he'll just do something. Basically, he will just be the best player there is out there. You know,
How
exactly.
can you?
HH,
Don't you
can
think
I
his
see-
injuries will haunt him?
No.
They can have one season
Honestly,
left.
this year was actually Neymar's.
Real Madrid.
Chill. Let's go around the room. So everyone can have their goals. So, Abdullahi, will Neymar win Ballon d'Or? Yes or no?
Yes, but what I would say, what I would tackle with that is, I think right now Neymar will win Ballon d'Or with consistency right now, because Kylian Mbappe is more consistent than Neymar. He's been very consistent with Neymar, so that should be the person that will win the Ballon d'Or ahead of Neymar right now, because he's been very consistent. Mbappe is very consistent than Neymar, right?
Good point.
Neymar can get injured at any time. Kylian Mbappe has been consistent
Mbappe.
from Monaco to PSG. Now he's playing very well in PSG right now. He's been very consistent ahead of Neymar. So that should be the person to win the Ballon d'Or right now. Ahead of Neymar. I'm being serious now, because Mbappe is consistent. He's been very consistent right now. So
Okay, I have a question, Abdullah. How do you win? Don't you think when you win a Ballon d'Or, you have to win the Champions League? And we've seen Mbappe in the Champions League for PSG.
Mbappe will win the
Every time
Champions
he's
League, he will.
no, but he's not performing in the Champions League though.
He's not
We saw against
No, but he
Dortmund.
can,
Against
he
Dortmund,
can.
who?
FG. That's basically FG. Your biggest nightmare is if Mbappe wins that Champions League, because you know
and your biggest nightmare is going to happen in 2 years when Cristiano wins that World Cup.
FG. Don't let my boy win that Champions League, because those.
How old is Cristiano going to be in 2 years?
37 years young. 37 years young.
FG is frightened, because he knows that if Mbappe wins, the narrative will be pure. The narrative will be beautiful.
Imagine Kylian Mbappe winning the Champions League. He has won the World Cup. That is a GOAT. I'm sorry.
What? Relax, man. What's going on, man?
You're telling me Lionel Messi is a GOAT. Kylian Mbappe is a GOAT because he has won the World Cup.
This is the brainwashing Double H does some people, man. I said this 3 weeks ago.
If he wins 2 World Cups, then we'll think about it.
Let's him.
Mbappe has won the World Cup. Kylian
He wasn't even the main man. He wasn't even the main man for that World Cup.
You act as if he's the only player in history to win the World Cup.
Yeah, what I'm saying is now it.
Okay, Munsaha, your thoughts now. Will Neymar ever win a Ballon d'Or?
Hey, Josh, can I just respond to the Mbappe thing, bro? Just for a minute, bro. I just want to respond to that first. With respect to Mbappe, I think so Mbappe has achieved more than Messi and Ronaldo at the age of 19 when they were playing the football. I believe he won the World Cup at the age of 19, where Ronaldo and Messi were struggling with the good teams, to be honest. Don't get me wrong. The Argentinian team was good. And
wait. What do you mean struggling?
Relax. And he's going final. Single-handedly destroy. I shouldn't use the word destroy. In Argentina. That's impressive at the age of 19 what he has done. So I
to be fair, Ronaldo's first World Cup attempt, he reached the semis, and he only lost to Zidane. Which
but
I know.
And in 19, he took Portugal to the first ever European final.
But he won. Mbappe won. Mbappe won.
Yeah, because he had a stack.
He's the second youngest scorer in the World Cup history, right? Wait.
No, but he was good.
Just okay. Will Neymar?
I'm not saying this goal. Wait.
Fix your mic, bro.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah.
Hello. Yes. So what I'm saying to you is that Mbappe at the age of 19 achieved more than Messi and Ronaldo, what they have achieved at the age of 19. I'm saying he's better than them, okay, right now. But he still have potentials to win, at least 3-4 years. French teams does well. he has still an opportunity to win one more World Cup with France, but still that's a big exaggeration, I believe. Okay, now with respect to Neymar, okay, his best chance to win Ballon d'Or, I believe he can win Ballon d'Or, but I believe 2022-2023 season will be the best season for him to win Ballon d'Or. That's a World season as well, and it's in Qatar as well. We know how it's going to roll out for Brazil. We know how much support is going to be there for Brazil in that Qatar 2022 World Cup. So yeah, I think that's the best opportunity for Neymar, best season for Neymar to win the Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
Bring
So
me next. Me next.
FG, relax. Vas, will Neymar?
Dude, I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest because the thing is, dude, like PSG, people need to realize that the reason I said this so many times, dude. I said this so many times. The reason that PSG won, okay, and went through I mean, technically they went through the quarterfinals, even though everything was canceled, right? But the reason that is because they faced a team in Dortmund whose defense and midfield have bigger issues than they have. Okay, PSG aren't a complete team. Their defense has issues. Midfield is and their wingbacks are just poor on every metric. They're just not good. They're just a very top heavy team. They're unbalanced, and yeah, they'll beat up on the smaller teams like Dortmund who are weaker than them. But up against a Liverpool, a Real Madrid, or a Manchester City, I mean, there's no way they're going through. Or a Bayern, of course, a Bayern. I think 100% would beat this PSG team for two legs. I mean, people are forgetting how bad this team are. And I mean, a Copa America, especially in the same year that a Euros is going on, Cristiano can win. Let's be honest. I mean, that's enough for Neymar and a Ballon d'Or. And I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. This goes off the last topic too. Because Neymar, the problem with Neymar is he should never have gone to the French league. I was against that from the beginning because I knew it wouldn't work out. Anybody who's watched La Liga knows that stylistically, Neymar's game is perfectly complementary to the way that the Spanish game is played. His best tenure, best.
Yo, Vas, your mic is breaking up. Your mic is breaking up. Can you increase your mic because we can't hear you too well.
I am not really sure what issue. I'll just drop out to the next one.
Yeah. Drop out and come back in again. All right. Hazem.
If he joins Barcelona or Real Madrid, I think he can win it. He can win it for one season. He just needs to have one season, like that MSN season 2014-15. And if he has that, and actually if he has to improve on that as well, and without Messi being there, then I think he has 1 year chance. This year it's tough for him because you have Lewandowski. It's hard to beat Lewandowski this year. And,
wait, what?
And in the and next.
Why are people smoking crack coming to these hangouts?
Lewandowski. What's wrong with you, bro?
What do you mean, bro? Lewandowski? What the hell is wrong?
Look, bro, he's smashing in goals, bro. What are you talking about?
Not just smashing, Hazem. His performances, bro. His performances.
Yeah, his performances are amazing. Exactly. So moving on from that, he's also gonna have to face Salah, who's the same age as him, and Mbappe, who's even younger than him. So it's gonna be very tough for him.
Wait. You didn't really say that Salah is gonna be competition.
What, bro? Are you serious? Salah was already in competition in that 2017 season, bro. So why wouldn't he be in competition in the future? Why wouldn't he? Yeah.
Carry on.
And he's gonna have to face Mbappe. So if he really wants to go for it, I think he has to join Barcelona or Real Madrid before Mbappe does, and he has to be quick with it. And then I think if he does that, he needs to have one really good season, and it has to be when Messi leaves. Because if Messi is there, then if the thing is, if Messi is very old, let's say in 2 years, how old will Messi be in 2 years?
35.
35, and Messi is not at his top form anymore, and Neymar then is able to outshine Messi, then that will be even better. And then I think he will be able to win the champion. Imagine that, he comes back to Barcelona to outshine Messi. That would be the biggest legacy. And I think he can win it if he goes to Barcelona or Real Madrid.
So how many do you think? 1, 2, max? How many?
I think in 3 years. I think after 30, Neymar's done. Yeah, I think after 30, Neymar's he's not the type of player to go on to banging in goals after his physicality is done.
Okay. All right. Christ.
Yeah, what's up, man? So I think with Neymar, I think his best chance is in 2022, and the reason I say that, bro, is because I think Brazil will still have a really good squad, and I think that because it's a World Cup year, and because he'll probably want redemption, because man, in 2018, and like he kind of struggled. I don't know if it was because of the injury, but like he kind of struggled, especially against like Belgium. So I think that World Cup will really be important for him because, like, man, being a Brazil legend is like tough because, you have so many greats who, won the World Cup, performed. So I think that one will be his best chance, in my opinion, because the World Cup is so big. And like that would be like the thing that makes Neymar among the greats in Brazilian history. So yeah, I think he can win it, but I agree with the rest of the people on the Hangout that I don't think he has the physicality, bro. I think he has the ability. He's very technical. He's very good with the ball at his feet, of course. But I think like he's too weak, man. Like, nothing against him, but like he's too weak. And I think that once his physicality gets even weaker, I don't think he'll last as long. But I definitely think 2022, man, because the World Cup will, really solidify him as a great. Not just in modern day football. Yeah, I think so, bro. Because Brazil's team is good enough, man, and it was good enough in 2018 too.
I don't know.
I think that no, man. Because if you watch the game against Belgium, man, if Neymar was better,
France have a very young team that will.
Yeah,
be in their
I
think they can beat
World
France.
Cup curse. World Cup curse.
I think
France
they
are
can
going
beat
out of group
France.
stages.
I think they can beat France. I definitely think they can beat France if Neymar performs at his best. I do. So yeah, man. I think 2022. To be honest with you.
FG.
Okay, first of all, I have one thing to say. I mean, actually, I have multiple things to say because of the blasphemy.
Just say one thing, bro. You said you had one thing.
Nah.
One thing.
Nah. First thing is, look, man, Neymar doesn't need to go to Barcelona or Real Madrid to win a Ballon d'Or. All he needs to do is stay in PSG. I mean, isn't the Ballon d'Or a France award? Isn't it a France award? Like, might as well stay in the place where the award is given anyway. And secondly, his two best chances to win this Ballon d'Or is the World Cup in 2022, because I think Brazil are producing a lot of good talents, and I think it's this season. I think the Champions League is going to come back in August, and if he can, all he needs to do is have one great month. If he wins the Champions League this season, which is possible considering PSG, they have a very good team, very good squad, I think that he'll win the Ballon d'Or this season. So it's either this season and the 2022 World Cup. And I got to say one more thing with the whole Mbappe thing. Look, I don't know how people are saying Mbappe is this great player, a top 5 player in the world, or top 10, when none of you people in this hangout, none of these people in the live comment section ever even watch this guy play on a regular basis. How can you call someone a great player when you're telling me you watch PSG on a weekly basis?
Not every week, but we watch.
Oh my God! Stop the line, bro! Stop the line,
bro.
About Mbappe, man. Prove LG wrong. People in the live chat.
I want to hear every single one of these.
FG, we could use the same logic for Ronaldo, bro. We could use the same logic.
What are you talking about? Everyone watches. Give me Syria, the only league with a title.
Dude, everybody watches the World Cup, and everybody saw Mbappe put up amazing performances.
We're praising a player we watch every 4 years. Okay, that's great.
Yes, we are, because the World Cup is the biggest competition, and the players that step up in the World Cup will get the attention, bro.
Another person that's brainwashed by double.
No, it's not me, bro. That's the rule, bro.
That's the brainwashed. Abdullah is brainwashed. And now Christ is brainwashed.
We don't make the rules, FG. We don't make the rules, FG.
Oh no, I mean Double H makes rules and people follow.
Finish your points.
Yeah, okay, my point is.
LG, finish your points because I've got to take a super chat. Finish your point.
Yeah. Neymar's best chance to win it this season in 22 World Cup, and Mbappe is never winning a damn Ballon d'Or or Champions League. If he ever does, I'll play everyone in this whole hangout $100.
Is it wait. No, okay. Wait, no. Slow down. So, if Mbappe wins the Champions League, everyone in his hangouts will pay them $100.
No, he said Ballon d'Or.
Oh, he said okay. If Mbappe wins the Ballon d'Or, you'll pay everyone
as the main man. If he wins the Champions League as the main man, I don't think he'll ever win the Champions League as the main man. Or win
no. Why are you changing it?
No, because I know. Look, because I know.
Look, he's scared. He's scared.
Because I know. I'm not
as the main man, now he's changing.
I'm not scared of him. I'm scared of. I know Neymar is going to hand gift him that World Champions League to him.
So LG, so
He
yes,
knows he's gonna win the Champions League.
you'll pay all of us $100.
Wait, we say that again?
So you're saying if Mbappe wins the Champions League, you'll pay all of us $100?
As a main man.
Okay, as a main.
Oh, look at this poor guy.
Yes, yeah. If Neymar, dude, the
No,
only
what
reason I
does
say
that
main
mean?
man is
How do we
I know
define that?
because
How
I
do we define
know
that?
because Neymar is going to lead this team. Neymar's going to lead this team, and he's going to give Mbappe a free Champions League. That's what I mean.
So yes, as I said, I cannot wait when Neymar retires without a Ballon d'Or and HH, Red, Hazem, Abdullahi, Jujiman, and anyone who loves Neymar starts crying.
I
Saeed,
don't love Neymar. What? We're just saying what we think about him. winning the
Yeah,
Ballon d'Or.
man.
I don't love Neymar. Who said I love Neymar? Can I respond to that, TJ?
First,
love-
I wouldn't
Let me
say
get-
if man, but all I'm saying that is that put it this way: if Neymar retires and doesn't win a Ballon d'Or, that would be a massive. Do you know what? I'll be real with you. Dino won a Ballon d'Or. Rivaldo won a Ballon d'Or. Ronaldo won a Ballon d'Or. I believe Romario won a Ballon d'Or. Even
Kaká.
won a Ballon d'Or.
Also win the Ballon d'Or.
Even if Neymar was to win the World Cup and so forth, but this guy never, as a Brazilian, based on how much we talked about, never won the Ballon d'Or, that would be a huge shock, a massive shock. All right, let's move on to this. This is a really good one.
Wait, HH, I haven't spoken on this yet.
Oh, sorry. Red, go for it.
Yeah. So first of all, one, Neymar doesn't need a Ballon d'Or to verify anything. He's already like I don't know who cares about him winning the Ballon d'Or. Two, if he does have a good chance, it's this year. This year, Messi and Ronaldo aren't top. It shouldn't be top three. This year, top three should be De Bruyne, Lewandowski, Neymar. No, absolutely. Messi has 2 goals versus top 10 teams in La Liga, and in the Champions League, he's been pretty meh. Ronaldo has had a phenomenal start to the year. I'm not gonna lie, but like, let's be honest. Like overall performance-wise, if we're just gonna say goals, then yeah, sure, you could put Ronaldo in the top 5, but like because he scored a lot of goals. But overall, if you're looking at the overall play, no, like Lewandowski has been more consistent than Ronaldo. Kevin De Bruyne has been more consistent than Ronaldo and Messi. And Neymar's been more consistent than Ronaldo and Messi.
Yes,
if you watch Neymar this year, Neymar is arguably his best season he's had to date. He's been more precise. He's been more focused. He's been like he doesn't. He's not.
His first season with PSG is his best season.
No. His first season in PSG, yes, he was all out flair. But this season is where he was a bit more focused. This season you could tell Neymar's a bit more serious. He's not. He's more smart in his play. He's not just showcasing his skills, because in his first season he was just showcasing. He just wanted to showboat. He just wanted to show everybody what he could do. This season,
then how do you explain his first leg against Dortmund where he flopped?
He scored.
He still got a goal though. He did.
He scored.
He scored.
He scored, and then in the second. No, but like
we're talking about overall performance now. You said
exactly overall performance.
Forget the goal.
So wait. So by your logic, in 2017, Ronaldo, when he scored a hat trick against Atleti in the first leg and then lost 2-1 in the second leg, he's trashed because in the second leg he lost. Overall, over the 2 legs, he won. He got the job done.
Overall, in both performances wise, Neymar wasn't impressive.
Yeah, in the second leg, Ronaldo was anonymous in the second leg. If it wasn't for Benzema's dribble, Madrid would have been out.
Yeah, but I'm saying Neymar would have been irrelevant for both those legs. I mean, both those, yeah.
But the key thing is, man, look. He did score away from home. He showed up in the away leg. He scored. He did his job. Just like, for example, last year, I would never hold Ronaldo responsible for Juve getting knocked out against Ajax because he scored home and away. He did his part. When you score home and away, you're absolved from any responsibility. Neymar scored in the away leg, got them the vital away goal. Then in the second leg, when they got the second goal, that's it. They were clear. They're set because they have the away goal. They have now this. They got the home goal. They're on par. So when, sorry, is it?
Somebody's washing their clothes.
Do you guys hear that?
Yeah,
it's
static.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, no. For me, like personally, like what I'm saying is like Neymar this season honestly has a good case to be nominated for the Ballon d'Or. The top 3 this season should hands down be Neymar, Lewandowski, and Kevin De Bruyne. If you want, Ronaldo could have a case. The only thing is it depends on how he.
Can I just say something? Can I
go ahead?
Sorry, Red. You can't have anybody that plays in the Uber Eats league or even in the Bundesliga, to be honest with you, be one of the top contenders for the Ballon d'Or, unless they've excelled in the Champions League where the money is at.
No, but Neymar has excelled.
Same with
Lewandowski
No,
has
Lewandowski.
excelled.
guys. Same with
They have
we
excelled.
gotta
We're not
finish it. We
even.
have to.
We're not even into the knockout stage.
We don't even finish the Champions League. Once we finish the Champions League, we'll know who's gonna win it, bro.
No, but wait. But that's the thing. Is like, we're talking thus far. We can't talk about like hypotheticals. But like Kevin De Bruyne showed up in the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. He showed up. He scored it. He dropped a solid
but you see,
7
but that's different. But that's a major occasion against major competition. So what's Neymar done except so far against
home and away against Dortmund? He showed up home and away against Dortmund. He did that. He beat this is in the Champions League against a team that, for the most part, like he came from a deficit where he scored. He was the only player to score in the away leg. He came back and beat them for them. And for Lewandowski,
that's one. But that's okay. So that's one occasion. That's a good, nice check mark in his tally.
Just so we're fair, like. Those are my 3 picks. Who would you put ahead of those 3? Just
listen, 35 years old and still the GOAT and still the best in the world.
Ronaldo. So if you're going for Ronaldo, you're going based off goals. Lewandowski has
wait. I have a question. If you're going to put Lewandowski, why don't you put Immobile? This dude is leading.
No. Because Lewandowski is doing it in the Champions League and in the league. Lewandowski is doing it in the Champions League and in the league. And Lewandowski.
But I'll tell you something. I don't want to be like the radical. Ronaldo head that just goes Ronaldo. Like, you can't really pick at this stage, at this juncture. You can't make a choice. I'm sorry, but I will say this: anybody that says Messi is out of their gourd.
Oh no, we already said Messi. No, because like Messi has like 2 goals versus the top 10. So Messi is not.
Relevant in it. For Neymar, do you believe he will win a Ballon d'Or by the time before he retires? And if he does, how many Ballon d'Ors do you think he will win?
2, by the way. That's my answer, and I'm done.
Oh, 2, okay. So, Machine, what about you? Do you think Neymar will win a Ballon d'Or before he retires, if any?
Neymar. Sorry, Neymar is the most technically gifted footballer alive, but I think his ship has sailed. He had the opportunity to be competing with the greatest of all time. If he'd stayed in Barcelona and if he'd sort of buried his heels in the sand and like said, "Here I am," and like enough playing for this whole playing for Messi shit, and like really affirmed himself, but he didn't. He sort of pussied out and went to Uber Eats, and I can sort of understand his stance really, because he wanted to have the protagonism that was not given to him in Barcelona, but he chose the wrong league. I mean, the PSG, you're just bullying people. You don't have it's not competitive enough even to make your own team competitive in the Champions League. Because in order to win the Champions League, you have to have a national championship that gets you going. You know what I mean? That actually makes you competitive, and that's not the case with the French league, unfortunately. But who knows, man? For me, it's between. Actually, I think people like to shit on Bale. I actually think that Bale is sort of on par with Neymar in terms of their.
Okay, Machine, let me ask you this: what if Neymar wins the Champions League with PSG and is the star man to lead the Champions League?
Give him 2 Ballon d'Ors then in a row. No, like in the same year, give him 2 Ballon d'Ors. So, man, is anybody else hearing this static?
Yeah, man, I don't know what that is, bro.
Wait,
it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. Okay.
Okay.
That would be a tremendous achievement. I think that even though he has a superstar outfit in PSG, for the reasons that I just laid out, I think he's that it would be great. It would be great because the PSG just doesn't have the competitive streak, and for him to galvanize them and get him over the stretch line in the Champions League, that would be really something special. It would be almost as special as Ronaldo winning it with Juventus. If Ronaldo wins it with Juventus, then forget it, man.
Oh God! All right. Because before I go to Vas, yes, as I said, once Neymar went to PSG, he retired. That's harsh. That's harsh. Come on, that's harsh. Give him a go. Give him one last go, bro. Give him one last go. So I want to now move over now to this is a good one now. This is a good one. The Pogba Juve exchange. Now, I was reading about this, bro. And there is this belief. This is only a rumor and so forth that Juve are willing to, and again, of course, I'm going to come first to Christ with this so he can give us his thoughts. There is this belief that Juventus are willing to throw in Douglas Costa, Adrian Rabiot, and Ramsey, Roland Pjanic in order to fund.
Wait, what?
Yes,
I think
yes,
it's two out of
please,
those.
please.
It's two out of those four, bro.
Let me land. In order to get Pogba. Now remember, I think someone mentioned this yesterday. People are cash strapped. Not much money is going around. Do you know what people can do? Is they can go
Player
America.
swaps.
And by that, swap deals, player exchange. I think that you are going to be seeing a lot more player exchanges happen. Because if it's like, bro, we can't afford to buy guys, but all right, give me those three, take this one. Because for some people, no, those. If I'm Juventus, I'm looking at my squad. I can afford to lose Pjanic and Rabiot if I get Pogba.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
agreed.
Of course,
Costa,
man. Of course,
Agreed.
man.
Easy,
But Costa-
easy, because easy, chill. So my thing is this is that I think this is great for both sides. For United, I think they found a gem in a Bruno Fernandes. I still need to see him do a season. But if you can give Fernandes help in a Pjanic and a Rabiot, United are looking really good. If Cristiano has Pogba supplying him and assisting him rather than an Ibrahimovic or flipping Lukaku there, bro, Cristiano's goals are going to go way high and Juve will suddenly become dynamic. So this works well for both sides. So, Christ, give us a bit more context into this potential swap deal. And is this something that you think that Juve should do? And if they do it, who would be the players you would throw in to bring in Pogba?
Okay, man. So I just want to add, bro, like, I love Pogba. I'd love him back, but only if it's not going to stop us from fixing the other holes in our team. Because I think that we have multiple holes, like fullbacks, especially. We need a striker because Higuain's older now. But, yeah, man, in terms of your second question, who would you throw? I'd give him, like, Rabiot for sure. I'd give him Pjanic for sure. I'd probably give... let's see.
Sandro.
Yes, please.
Sandro, get rid of him.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
United need a left back too, man. Might as well give
Wait,
him
let me
the
just
worst
finish
left back
this.
I've seen.
Okay, man. So what I would want is Tonali in there and Pogba, if that's possible, and probably Hakimi at right back, if I get to decide. But yeah, man, I would definitely get Pogba back. Because not only is he talented, he's a great box-to-box midfielder, which we're
Christ. So, Christ, if you're saying you're going to take Sandro, who then will replace Sandro for left back?
Luca Pellegrini. He's on loan.
Yeah.
Like, he'll
He's
come
actually
back.
he's good.
Great.
He's
great.
good.
He's
good.
great.
Yeah. I like that guy. But yeah, man, I would definitely get Pogba because he can really help Cristiano, like you said. He's a box-to-box midfielder, which we're lacking. His goals, his like passing in midfield, his dribbling, his overall talent, like we really are missing him, man. And I think I would definitely do it. But I would also want to fix the other teams, the positions in the team, if it's possible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want us to all spend everything on Pogba alone. Like, because we have other problems, like I said. But yes, man, I would definitely do it. I would definitely get Pogba because Pogba for me is definitely a top 3 midfielder in the world when he's fit, when he's happy, when he's playing. So yes, man, I would definitely do it. But like, I would also add Tonali if it's possible, Luca Pellegrini. And as a striker, man, it's kind of complicated, but I would sign somebody like maybe Timo Werner or maybe Gabriel Jesus. someone. I think Jesus is kind of unlikely, man.
Dude,
So
where are you guys gonna get the funds, man? You just named like
yeah,
like
that's what I
30
said.
players.
That's why I said if we have the funds. But like I
Oh.
said, if we can sell a lot of players, bro, it's
Bro,
possible.
if you guys get Pogba, that's it. That's your summer business. You're not gonna be able to get Pogba and other players.
Pogba, look, man. Pogba is going for
like
because Double H. I can think of 9 players at the top of my head that need to go, man. Like they need to. Like I just don't want to list them all because I'll give you guys a headache.
Higuain is going, so that's more money, more funds.
No, but Christ, my question is, how many players would you be willing to give up just for Pogba?
Well,
3.
I mean 3 or 4, yeah, because we have a lot of like players that are just unnecessary.
I
No,
think
Red, it's not G's, bro. I'm
Alexandro's
serious.
another absolutely useless player. From what
Yes, man, he's so useless, bro. He just
Absolutely.
Wait. Which player?
Alexandro. And by the way,
yes, I agree.
Matuidi, man, sometimes.
Nah. Actually, I think Matuidi would work well with Pogba
because he provides energy in midfield. Dude, at least he does something. At least he does something.
If Juve lose Matuidi, they don't have any defensive-minded midfielders. If they lose Matuidi,
When Matuidi is bad, he's shocking. I've seen him be shocking.
Yeah, but
wait. Let me just hit the super chat. Easy. Let me just hit some few comments. So yes, as your side, thank you for the super chat. It says that Pogba is signing a new contract. Stop with the propaganda, HH. He'll be staying at Man United, the greatest club in the world. Stop this,
bro. You need a reality check,
bro. There are many places where that contract ain't fully binding.
And not to mention, I heard a report that United are not going to trigger his 1-year extension. And before this whole coronavirus thing, Pogba was going to go for 100 million. Now with this whole corona thing, I think if you can get him for 80 million, I think Juve, what I think they will do is they'll give United 50 million plus Pjanic and Rabiot. I think,
guys, if Madrid aren't getting Mbappe this season, Pogba's coming to Madrid. That's just a fact.
Possibly.
I have very little confidence that Pogba is going to go to Juventus because I think they have the worst transfer policy that I've seen a big club have in a while, apart from signing Ronaldo. Because after signing Ronaldo, they got rid of Cancelo, who's a fantastic right back. And very pacey.
Cancelo?
To be honest, man,
no, he's not great.
Great.
He's not great. He's not great.
No,
he
he's
was
not.
He was at fault for both those goals last year against Juve.
I promise you, listen, he's very talented, and he would have paired up very well with Ronaldo, obviously. If only because.
But yeah, Double H, do you want to know anything else, man? I think I explained everything.
Christ. Let me ask you this question. So, would you give United Bentancur and Dybala for Pogba?
Oh no! Get your hands off Dybala, man. I'm not selling Dybala.
Yeah, Dybala's signing a new contract.
No.
Look, and Bentancur has been a new gem.
Yes.
I don't think anyone would mind Douglas Costa leaving. To be honest.
Okay. Abdullahi, let me come to Abdullahi. So Abdullahi, Pogba Juve exchange. Do you think that this should go ahead?
Yeah, I think one thing we need to realize in Juventus is Mauricio Sarri is the coach. If Sarri is still there, I'm sorry, Pogba can't work in that system because Sarri is a system manager. He needs someone to work with the system team for his to work. With Sarri, you need Jorginho or Sandro Tonali in his team to work. Where will Pogba play? So if Juventus want to get Pogba right now, Sarri has to go first. That is the first person he has to go. Because the idea for Pogba is to go to Real Madrid right now. That is the best fit for him if he wants to play. Because if he goes to Juventus, it's not gonna work.
Wait, where would he fit in Madrid though? Where would he fit in Madrid?
He fit in Madrid because you have Casemiro, you have Modric will probably go.
But their midfield three is already Casemiro, who's having his best season, Cruz, who's having his best season, and Valverde, who's having his best season.
No.
Why would you switch that?
Wait. I can explain that. Like, my turn, so let him speak.
Okay. Pogba right now doesn't need to go to Juventus because of the coach that is there right now. The functioning coach is Mauricio Sarri. Mauricio Sarri is a system manager. We all know what Sarri boss means: possession-based football. Pogba doesn't work in possession-based football because of Sarri, because of a system he plays. Pogba needs to go to either Real Madrid or he needs to stay United. The best fit for him, because if he goes to Juventus, it's not gonna work because Sarri needs Sandro Tonali or Jorginho to work in the system if he wants to work. That is the players he needs to work in the system right now. That is the first person Juventus need to get rid of.
Okay, I have a question to Abdullahi then.
Okay.
2 questions. One is, what system does Real Madrid play? And secondly, if Pogba joins Madrid, he's got no strikers up front who's gonna score his goals.
Let me
the
answer that.
assists.
There's no system.
Madrid play with a 4 or 5 man midfield, so he'll fit.
Wait, please. Zinedine doesn't play with a.
No, I mean playing style. Playing
He
style.
play with a 4-2-3-1 formation, a 4-4-2 diamond, and a 4-3-3. In those formations, Pogba can work in those 3 formations. There's no way he can play. He can play in a 4-3-3 and attacking midfield. He can play in a 4-2-3-1 in a number 8 or a number 10.
And also, it's a lot of
in a 4-4-2
direct.
in a 4-4-2 diamond. He can play 4-4-2 diamond in a diamond formation where Isco is playing right now. That's where Pogba can play. So he can.
Another point to add is if Pogba's on his way in, then most likely Toni Kroos will be on his way out.
Exactly.
What? No way.
Yes.
Dude, Kroos is more valuable to Madrid than Pogba.
You're saying that.
Can I just say something? I think he's poised to go to Madrid because if he's going to choose between Madrid and Juve, obviously it's going to be Madrid, and there's a big push in terms of the media and everything to get Pogba to Madrid, and it's been in the works for a while now.
No, I mean, we know Zidane wants him. I don't think Paris wants him though.
Yeah, if Paris wants it, forget it. Doesn't matter if it makes any sense.
No. I said Zidane wants him, but Paris doesn't want him.
No, if he didn't want him, then I'll tell you something. Do you know what El Chiringuito is? The show?
Yeah. They're hilarious.
His brother is a common contributor.
Oh my god, man! That brother has been there for every single year, man.
No. He's been showing up because he's in this
show. Perez runs that show. If his brother's in that show, then Perez wants Pogba in Madrid. Trust me.
Yep, and plus Toni Kroos is 30. He's pretty much like his solidified.
But he's a player where age doesn't matter, though.
My question was that: Are you saying that if, let's say, you bring in Pogba, you still keep Modric and you tell?
No, Modric is gone, but Modric's successor is already Valverde. Like we already have that in Valverde. What you're looking at is Casemiro is there for the long term. Valverde is there for the long term. We have also Ceballos on loan, which I think we should just sell him off. To be honest with you, you have Isco. And possibly Asensio, I think with time they're going to start shifting him more to a number 10 in like more central role instead of like being on the wing on the right or on the left. But that's what Pogba's there. That's why Pogba's needed at Madrid.
If Pogba comes, where's Isco and where's Isco going to fit? I already know how. Yeah, where's Isco?
Hamas is leaving.
Yeah, but what about Isco? Isco's already in the bench. You're telling me this dude's going to be way down the pecking order now if Pogba comes.
Isco might be sold off. They wanted to get rid of Isco from last year. Like Isco was held on to.
Man, I don't know. Look, Madrid needs to focus on the attack, not the midfield. The midfield is already perfect. I think they have the best midfield already.
It's all about what Perez wants.
Let me say the super chat. So from Yasser's side, it says that listen, you breaks. We want 200 mil simple. Yasser's side.
Dude, he's worth 80 million right now, bro.
I'm glad that Red understands it doesn't have anything to do with logic and what Madrid needs or. It's about Perez's whim.
Exactly. Like, do you think we need?
It's been like that for the beginning. That's the reason why Benzema has a career. By the way,
I agree.
10 years. Benzema had four goals. Any other club would have binned him right after that. Perez kept on just because he likes him. And granted, Benzema did pay dividends with that, but but still, he had 5 goals in the league one season. That's your starting striker.
Any other player would have been shit canned.
Yep.
Because he's Paris.
He's Paris' favorite signing, man.
I want to know the people's views on this. So let me just say this. So from Rodney says that I thought Pogba could adapt to any system. Abdullahi.
Yes, I said it already. I said he could play in any formation. That's what I said under Zidane. Pogba could work because he can play in a 4-3-3 where Zidane plays. He could play in a 4-2-3-1 at the number 8 or number 10, and he can also play in a 4-4-2 diamond in which Zinedine didn't play very well as a number.
Wait. Look. I think people need to realize Zidane's system. It's cross and inshallah. That's this man's system. There's no system. He has no style or anything.
You're hating, man. You're hating.
I agree in a sense.
They won the Champions League on cross 3 times.
I agree in a sense with FG, but the truth of it is that you don't need a system sometimes. You just need inshallah, and that's what Zidane has in spades.
No, but also Zidane, bro. But Zidane also adapts. Zidane has multiple times has changed up his tactics to suit the other team. It's not coincidence. Like you can't have the amount of success that this man has had. This man has coached football for 2.5 years in his first stint, and now for half a year or 1 full year. Let's just say right now.
Okay, what are the chances of Zidane getting sacked this season if he wins nothing?
What do you mean?
Yeah, we can
this season.
Okay. Yeah. Let's say the season resumes and Zidane doesn't win anything. Does that mean he still stays?
Have you looked at the performance? Have you looked at the improvement in the team?
No. There's been huge, massive performances, bro.
Vas.
Hello.
View on the Pogba Juve exchange, Vas.
Pogba Juve. Dude, Pogba's not going to give them anything. Dude, Pogba's not going to give them anything. Like, what is Pogba really going to get them? Like, okay, they want to win the Champions League, right? Okay, I think they'll win Serie A, definitely. They'll improve in Serie A because Serie A now competitive. They might, like, improve in Serie A and win Serie A, Pogba. But, like, I mean, Pogba alone isn't going to give them the Champions League, dude. Like, Juventus will do much better, like, if somehow they get De Bruyne and Verratti, dude. Even De Bruyne said it. Like, dude, De Bruyne and Cristiano, like, with the service that De Bruyne could provide him, dude. I mean, imagine the number of goals Cristiano would score. Pogba's not as creative as De Bruyne, and I already proved that in the debate. So, yeah, they should get De Bruyne, and if they can get Verratti, because then they can win the Champions League. Dude, Pogba's not going to get them to win the Champions League. Like, I mean, they had a better team 2015, and they had Pogba then. And they still couldn't win. So what makes you think they can win it now with this?
Because Pogba didn't perform in the Champions League final. That's what.
What do you mean he didn't? I mean, he got them to that point. He got them to that point.
No, he didn't, bro. He didn't even play. He didn't even play. Dude, in the first leg against Real Madrid, he didn't even play. In the second leg against Madrid, he didn't even play that good.
He got an assist.
He wasn't.
No, that's not true. He was defending, bro. FG, he was defending on the flank, bro. Allegri's
no, but guess what, though? He wasn't. First of all,
and he assisted as well. And he assisted Morata as well.
No, but the fact of the matter.
You need to give up this Ronaldo. Dude, Ronaldo is not like 2017 Ronaldo. If you just give him something like some supplement that he can just give you a champion. That's not how this works anymore. That's literally not.
The fact of the matter is, Pogba is a much better player now than he was back in 2015.
No, he's not, dude. No, he's not. He's not.
Yes, he is.
He's
what?
Much worse.
He is, man.
Did you see him in the World Cup? He took France to that World Cup glory.
Bro, Pogba's easily like if the
Pogba thing, man. So, bro, give Pogba his credit, man. Come on, man.
Dude, he was the best player in that World Cup.
Dude, it's not.
Man, if football had a draft, Pogba would be like the number 2 or number 3 pick.
Bro, not the best player in the World Cup, man. Come on, that's
best player. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Dude,
yeah, that's
he's not even the best. He wasn't even the midfielder for France. It was better than him.
No. He was definitely France's best midfielder, man. Come on, man.
No, he wasn't, dude. Look at the dude. If you look at the statistics for Manchester,
oh my god, stats. Oh my god, here we go.
Look, if you want to bring numbers, because based off your
De Bruyne debate, you want to bring numbers.
No. It's not. It's not, dude.
Bro. Over in 3 seasons from 18-19, Pogba had a better match average than De Bruyne. Only in 17.
That's complete bullshit, dude. That's complete bullshit.
Only in the 100-point season, that De Bruyne had a 0.8% higher than Pogba.
Easy.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay, because if guys keep talking, we're gonna hear it. Let me just say one thing, Vas, and then let me roll. Vas, in football, numbers are important. Of course, numbers are important. You can't be a slave to stats and numbers.
Yeah, pass completion, dribbles per game. Who cares about those, man?
Because my thing is that Zidane didn't have great numbers. Maradona didn't have. If we use solely numbers, Maradona and Zidane don't look great.
I mean, Maradona had 300 goals, by the way.
Yeah, but still, like compared to top greats, how Maradona doesn't even come close to Pele, Messi, or Chris in terms of goals and all this stuff. But there's stuff that can't be equated by numbers. You have to use the eye test. You have to view it. And Pogba's effect on the game and what he does in the game cannot be equated for numbers. So if you're just solely using numbers, you're not really fully enjoying and taking in the beauty of the game, because the beauty of football is stuff that are the intangibles. And these are the intangibles in football, what you do on a pitch that can't be jotted down on a data sheet or on a stats sheet. Because if you use only stats and data, you're not a very good manager. Some managers, yes, I use some of the data, but I just use my feeling. There's a feeling that I get when I use this certain player. And for Pogba, he is the dude where when you just watch what he does and what he can do with the ball and how he can help his team in particular situations in key moments, boom. These are the key things, because you can have 300 completed passes, but all it takes is one moment to win a game. And that's all that really matters, man. So let me okay, so that's so your point was, do you agree or not agree with the Pogba exchange?
No, of course, like overall, yeah, I agree because he'll improve them, but they're not going to win the Champions League just with Pogba. That's my point.
Okay. Gatlock.
Yeah. What up?
So,
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can hear you.
All right, cool.
So, do you agree with the Pogba exchange? Do you think Juve should do a Pogba exchange, man?
Yeah, look, I don't think they can do it now. He's not ripe for them. How old is Pogba? Like
27.
2050. They'll come for him like in 5 years' time. That's when he's ripe.
Oh my god.
5 years.
That's Juve's style, man. They're not going to go for him now. I'm sorry. He'll be helpful for them, but bro, like, how will he fit, man? Before, when he runs into the penalty box, all of them are still leaving their penalty box. So, look, he's not going to fit in there so much, man. Like, seriously, what's he going to do in Juventus? If they need to like exchange anybody, they need to like take out their whole squad and go to their youth team or something for Pogba, because he ain't gonna do anything in the midfield. Like, who's he going to partner with? Kedira. What was the last relevant?
He's got Dybala.
Dybala is like another Martial. Like, what can he really do?
Gatlock, they're asking whether you're on the moon, because you sound like if you're on the moon. Where are you from? Because you sound like you're from far away.
Yeah. Well, I am from far away.
Okay.
A little bit too.
Okay. Carry on.
Well, look, that's just the thing. Look, they can exchange him, that's true, but if they want to exchange him, they need to exchange a lot of people in that team, because a lot of them are useless and slow. I don't have much respect for Juventus. Since that guy is still in the goalpost, I'm sorry, bro. Look, I can't believe the guy in the goalpost was sitting beside. I don't see the team. Never mind. I'll just stop there.
Okay. All right, Muntaha. This exchange, do you think it should be carried out? This exchange?
Yeah, bro. To be honest, bro, I want to answer the two questions over here. First, I'll answer the Juventus one. Should they do it? Of course, man. From Juventus point, bro, it's Pjanic, then you have Rabiot and Matuidi. We said Matuidi, right?
Not Matuidi.
No, which one? You said Kadira?
No. It's gonna be like Pjanic, Rabiot, Douglas Costa, or Sandro. Like anyone.
Ramsey.
Not Ramsey. Not Ramsey.
I saw Ramsey's name, bro.
No, Ramsey's too good, man.
Okay, let's go with Alexander. Okay, Pjanic, Rabiot and Alexander. Okay, if that's the case, man, I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, Pogba is an easily upgrade over all those three players, I believe, and yeah, I mean, they are still linked with Sandro Tonali, which I believe is like a young talent, so he can play a regista role for them.
He's a Milan fan, by the way.
Oh, he's a Milan fan, but they are linked with him. So,
but look, he's either going to go to Juve or Inter, man, not AC Milan.
No, you don't know that, by the way.
Okay. Let's assume that if they fix a position of like the DM position and they play Pogba, okay. I mean, how much they can get the best out of Pogba? That's question number one. As a team, as an overall team, yeah, okay, you're feeding to Cristiano Ronaldo, and second question is why he would go to be a Ronaldo's under the shadow of Ronaldo. I mean, Pogba himself is like big star, superstar, kind of thing. So he should go for a team who can get the best out of him rather than go to Cristiano Ronaldo, and we don't know how good they can do in UCL because it's not. I mean, Ronaldo declined, man. Ronaldo, Messi, both of them declined a lot. To me personally, bro. For me, I think the best team for him should be Real Madrid any day over Juventus. As a objective fan.
Can I answer?
Go ahead.
Dude, because the thing is, I agree with you. The thing is, dude, Pogba will get back to his best when he goes to Juve. That's not what. and him being there, especially if he's used as an attack midfielder, is going to give Ronaldo more goals and everything. But you have to acknowledge that Pogba alone, especially like the claim was made. Okay, like I think it was by Chris. Okay, if you sell 3 to 4 players or something like that and get Pogba, like that would, I don't think it would necessarily increase their chances of the Champions League, because the thing is, from a tactical point of view as well, Pogba is not metronome. Okay, he's not really a control of the midfield. He's not a setter the way like Cruz is, and I feel like Sarri's system needs that. In addition to like what Pogba brings, and if he's getting Pogba, I don't really see. And then you're right, Ronaldo is like not the same Ronaldo. So like just getting Pogba alone, even though he's gonna improve the team and he's gonna get back to his best, is not enough to win the Champions League. That's my point.
Yeah, so yeah, that's one of my points I said. Like, and one more thing from me, bro. I mean, if you go to Juventus, right? I mean, you're repeating the same mistake what you did with Man United. You went to Juventus, and then again you went back to Man United, which was a struggling team. I mean, yeah, Mourinho came, everybody came, but that was not enough for him. You never know if he goes to Juventus, because we know the Juventus board, like they make mistakes over signings. They don't want to sign a big star players, I mean, they don't have that much ambition, to sign that many good players, So that's again the problem could be for Pogba. I mean, he's going to Juventus again. Can you trust Juventus board? Can Juventus board can give him? Or
I mean, Juve have a good relationship
him,
with
every year we're going to at least sign some good players, to support you in midfield. Because look, if he comes to Real Madrid, there are talents for him. Like there is Casemiro for him, Cruz is there for him. Okay, then we have an upcoming talent of Martin Odegaard to support him as well. Then he's playing. Yeah, Valverde is there. Then there is playing next to Isco as well. There is Hazard as well. We just need two. Let's be honest, bro. We just need 2 players, and out of that 2 players, we need a 1 goal scorer and 1 more right winger. That's it. The team is almost sorted out. We have likes of Achraf Hakimi as well. Who's going to come back. So we have like a massive project for us rather than what Juventus have. As overall, on top of that, you have to see as well, okay, your French connection as well. Look at how many French players we have. We have Benzema in team. We have Haaland Mondi. We have Rafael Varane. And then we are linked with.
But Juve have Dybala and Pogba more close than any. No, Dybala and Pogba are more close than any of those players you mentioned.
Bro, hatred. Let's be honest over here, okay? Where I'm coming from, like with respect to as a player, right? As a profile of 2 clubs, two big projects, okay? How much Juventus project is convincing you? Okay, what Juventus project is telling you is that you have to cater Ronaldo. What Real Madrid project is telling you, you have to look after yourself. But
no, you have to cater to Benzema, who's not going to score goals.
No, that's not true. No,
but see, no, this is okay. It's an interesting question then, because see, I've always said, look, because for a few months it's like, which is the better option, Real Madrid, Juve. But the thing though is, I'm looking at effectiveness. I believe that if you put Pogba at Real Madrid, they're still missing another attacking, goal-scoring outlet. If you put Pogba at Juventus, between Pogba, Dybala, and Cristiano, that literally is your ingredients to win a Champions League. Because those are.
Hatred, listen to me.
Goals.
Hatred, but the problem with Juventus is they're still crying over Ronaldo 105 million euros investment, bro. So just imagine, another 80 million investment on flipping Pogba. They still cry. Let's be honest over here, man. I mean,
the Madrid project is getting knocked out by
Juve's main aim is to win the Champions League. What do we need to win the Champions League? We got Cristiano Ronaldo because we feel he has the goal scoring talents to win the Champions League. So what the difference are, no, we need another piece because we need another buffer offensively to get this year, because defensively we're cool. We just need another offensive buffer.
Hatred. I disagree with you. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
They need to relax. Okay, the defense. We don't know how, because look, Chiellini is 36.
Dude, Demiral and Delem, we already have the pairing set up for the next 10 years.
I'm pretty sure they're full backs.
Let's move on.
The legs is horrible.
Bro, allow me, bro. Can you trust the Ligt? We don't know. Their fullbacks, they have another problem. They have a winger problem on right wing. I mean, there's so many issues with Juventus, bro. I mean,
Bro,
okay,
okay, let me address those issues.
how you gonna just tell me?
Okay, you mentioned. Okay, no, I'll explain. Look, you mentioned the defense. Demiral and Delay are already there, so they
The
already
Ligt
got
is
the future.
crap.
No,
The Ligt
Delay,
is
dude.
horrible.
Before you talk crap, you watch AC Milan, Roman Legini, bro.
Bro,
You
the
don't know
Ligt
what
is
good
horrible.
players are, bro. You watch trash
Bro,
defenders in your AC
Milan
Milan
literally
team.
scored against the Ligt, bro.
No, we
The Ligt
don't
crap
care
player,
what
bro.
AC Milan fans
Come
say
on,
in 2020.
Whoa,
Sorry,
whoa,
we
whoa, whoa,
don't
easy,
care. We
easy.
don't
come on,
care.
arguments. You can't even make a proper
And
argument.
secondly,
The Ligt is a horrible player.
in terms of defenders, they already have Demiral and Delay. They're already set. In terms of fullbacks, yeah, I agree with you.
Horrible.
Fullbacks are not good, but guess what? They have Luca Pellegrini, who's on loan, who's gonna come back, and he can compete for what do you call it, Sandro. No, dude, he's good. He's good.
Get him out of here,
Yo,
bro.
George, just because you haven't heard of the
Wait,
name.
Munsar, round off your points. Munsar, round off your points. I can go to Hazem.
Yeah, bro. So look, overall, as a like, if I'm being objective, okay, if I'll see, I don't want to repeat the same mistake what I did, like as a player, what I did with Man United, bro. I mean, the emotions was there and everything. I'll come back and all. No, you have to be harsh this time. You have to be realistic, and you have to also think about yourself as well. Because look, how long it will take for Madrid in the worst to worst case to get two attackers, one goal scorer, one good winger. How long? Maximum 2 years. By the time Pogba will be 28. Still, he left with 5 more years, bro. Still, look at the support over there. What if? We don't know how long Ronaldo will last for. 2 years?
We know, man. Five
Wait,
years.
no, wait. What after that? We don't know. Once
Bro,
Ronaldo.
5 years is enough to
I
win a
don't
damn
know
Champions
Ronaldo's
League,
like,
bro.
no, bro. He only declined so much, man.
Doesn't
Okay?
matter. All you need, the most important thing in football is to put the ball back in the net.
Guys, guys, wait. Munsar, round off your points so I can go to Hazem.
Bro, I'll just finish over here. Bro, look, Cristiano Ronaldo is a great player, but just on the like profile, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo is there and you have to cater him and then he will deliver a trophy for you. I think so that's a risk, man.
Okay.
So yeah.
Hazem.
That's a risk. It's not even
Wait, easy, machine, easy. Hazem.
Yeah, bro. Listen, from the quality perspective, Juventus need a top midfielder like Pogba. They need a top midfielder first of all, because if you look at Juventus midfield, it's really weak, to be honest. It's like if you compare it even with other Serie A teams, the last good signing in midfield they made was Pjanic when they got him from Roma, and even Pjanic, I think he declined, to be honest, slightly. And if you compare Juventus midfield to other Serie A teams, it's really worrying because Lazio, who for example have the best midfield in the league, they already have a way better midfield than Juventus. That's why they completely dominated them every time this season, and they beat them as well. Inter's midfield is better than Juventus. Even AC Milan's midfield dominated Juventus this season. Bro, Juventus midfield has never been able to dominate the games. Okay, and especially when you bring someone like Sarri, you have to Sarri. If you look at Napoli, he plays with regista like Jorginho, then box to box like Alan, and someone like a center mid. And Juventus right now, they just have Pjanic, who's not even a proper regista, and you have two destroyers, Matuidi and Bentancur. Zero creativity. Okay, Bentancur is like an average passer, and so is Matuidi. They need a top midfielder, okay, and but the problem is I think Abdullahi brought a good point because Sarri's system is a problem for Pogba, because if you look at Sarri's system, it's 4-3-3, and you need there's no space for someone like who can move around and have free movement like Pogba. There's no space for Pogba's most natural Juventus was a number 10. When Pogba played a number 10, he was amazing. And with Sarri, he's not going to be able to do that, and it's going to be a big problem. So I don't know how Pogba is going to be able to fit in that. And also, Pogba needs good players around him. At Juventus, when he was playing so well, he had what's his name? He had Vidal and Pirlo to protect him. You don't have this level of midfielders in Juventus right now. You have crap. Okay, you have a crap midfield. So Juventus really need someone like Pogba, but I think they need to change Sarri. I don't think Pogba fits Sarri. So right now, I think it's better for Pogba if he wants to actually play his role to go to Real Madrid, because Zidane's gonna give him more of a free role than Sarri. That's for sure, 100%. So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Machine.
Yeah, I agree with you that it's probably a better choice career-wise for Pogba to go to Juventus again, because I think playing with Ronaldo would only make him look a better player. But I think he's going to end up at Madrid, to be honest with you. I don't get Hazim just spoke, right? I can't see all the people's names, but that was Hazim, right?
Hazim, yeah.
Hazim, yeah. I don't get why Pogba would be such a problem at Juventus. You're saying that Sarri doesn't like somebody with a free-ranging bullet. Why is that?
Bro, when was the last time Sarri played with a free roaming midfielder or number 10?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. And to be honest with you, I struggle trying to understand Sarri's system, because to me it seems like sort of like a more forward-thrusting tiki-taka system, and you would think that would involve pacier, taller, more physical types of players, but then he shit cans Cancelo and gets and gets Danilo. I don't know how anybody can defend that swap. And then Mandzukic doesn't play, and he gets Higuain as his number 9. And I just don't understand, man, what he's doing and what kind of team he's trying to set up. And they don't seem at all that vertically minded, They seem to that horizontally minded. They seem to do a lot of tiki taka. Like they look to me like a 4th tier Barcelona.
True. It's because you don't have the players, though. The midfield is they don't have a midfield to play Sarri's system.
Yeah, I mean Betancourt and what's the Bernardeschi? Sorry, is not going to cut it, man.
See, guys, the thing is, I just want to add something over here. The thing is, some people just hate on Sarri without taking into any context.
No, but it is Sarri's fault, Christ, bro. He's an awful manager, man. Like,
dude, it's not him, dude. The players suck, bro. Who did they get him, bro? Which players did they get him? Which players did they get? They got him.
What do you mean, bro? Some of these players are 6-time Serie A winners.
Agnelli, dude. He's the problem, dude. It's Agnelli. Agnelli's the problem, dude. Agnelli's the problem. I'm telling you.
So wait, how is Agnelli the problem when he got you one of the most coveted young talents in the world in De Ligt last summer?
What else?
He signed Aaron Ramsey, which is a quality center midfielder, a midfielder that can get you a lot of goals.
He's injury prone, though. He's injury prone.
He's injured the whole season. He's not even that good when he plays.
Yeah, bro.
He flopped. He didn't do anything.
He just passes sideways, bro. Sideways passing. That's all.
Wait. Okay. So, Christ.
Yes, man.
We will easy. So people are now having questions about your view about Sarri and how his system, not how good of a coach, his manager, and everything. So, do you feel if Pogba was to go to Juventus, Sarri would be the right man to get the best out of Pogba and make him effective for Juventus and for them to win? And if you think he's able to do it, how do you think he'd be able to fit in Pogba's playing style into his philosophy?
See, man, the thing is, bro, I've always been a Sarri believer from the beginning, and I've always said that Sarri isn't the problem until he gets a squad and what we can see what he can do with the proper squad. And yes, I do believe Sarri could fit Pogba at Juventus, and I'll tell you why. Sarri has tried multiple formations. He's tried a 4-3-1-2. He's tried the 4-3-3 as well. And the 4-3-1-2 actually works best for us because of, Dybala playing in that diamond position right behind Higuain and Ronaldo. But the problem is, it's not Sarri's system, okay? Sarri's system could be effective. I'm not saying he's a great manager. I'm not saying he's the best manager in the world. I'm not delusional. But he's a good manager if he gets the proper players to see what he can do with them. Like, you guys are not taking into context the players they're getting him. Hasn't the players?
Let me expose Sarri a little bit on the situation, because I read some blasphemy saying that Sarri improved Conte. Sarri ruined Conte's career. Sarri played Conte with an injury. He played him into the ground. He made him play him in a Europa League final where Chelsea were already winning. He destroyed him. Not only that, Sarri doesn't know how to rotate. If Pogba does go and play with Sarri, then if anybody ever says De Bruyne is better than Pogba, I will never defend him ever again, because he's a bum for picking these bummy managers to go play under. De Bruyne is thriving under Pep Guardiola. Meanwhile, he's struggling with a bum manager like Sarri, a manager who doesn't know why doesn't he rotate? Why does every time I watch Juve,
He
they're
does
always
rotate,
cycling-
dude. It's just
bro,
you don't
bro,
watch
bro.
every game.
Your
Dude. You
players-
don't watch
your
every
players-
game. He's tried every player, bro. They're
Listen,
all bums.
listen,
They're
man, I
all
think we
bums.
can all-
Right. The only
we can all-
reason he went to 4-3-1-2, the only reason he went to 4-3-1-2 was Juventus fans were literally massacring him for sticking to the 4-3-3 when Dybala was
Yes,
literally
and he
not
showed
playing
that he's
good.
not a stubborn manager by
but
doing that.
literally,
He's shown he
so
can
many
try.
games-
whatever fans tell him to. But listen to me. I think we can all agree that Juventus has a much better squad than the performances that they're putting out, man.
No, bro, I disagree with that. These players are tier 3, tier 2 players.
Bro,
Can I say
literally,
something?
this is Sarri has this effect on every fan base he goes to, where half of them hate him, the other half like him. I don't even know how could you rate Sarri?
You know
like,
why
why
I could?
you're the same guy that said you wanted Allegri out. Allegri, a proven winner.
Yeah, I did
Allegri, a
want
proven
him.
tactician.
I'll tell you why.
Allegri, proven. He's actually a great manager. at
Dude, but
multiple
that
clubs.
that has nothing to do with what I'm saying, bro. You're not.
Let me ask this question. Red. Let me ask you this then.
Go ahead.
I don't want to hear anything about the Serie A titles that Allegri won because that's irrelevant for me. Do you believe under Allegri, Juventus would win the Champions League?
Yes,
No,
HH.
no, they
yes,
wouldn't.
they absolutely would. HH, look. First of all, Allegri lost the Champions League finals, 2 finals, to 2 freak of natures, to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. That's why he lost those Champions League finals. Had Allegri got the little bit of luck that Klopp had last season and got a loser like Pochettino in a final, he would have easily washed him. He lost
when Allegri reached the Champions League final, that was one of the best seasons I've ever seen. They literally beat MSN Barcelona, smashed them
3-0. 3-0.
But I'm not saying Allegri's a bad manager.
No, and when it comes to that, HH, when you look at actually these like Juve, for example, not only just Juve, a lot of teams, a lot of great teams, Atleti have had to have had to deal with this too, because Atleti reached 2 Champions League finals and they lost both times to Real Madrid. Like I said, Liverpool reached 2 Champions League finals. They lost 1 to Real Madrid and then beat Spurs in 1. So
wait.
I just want to answer the double
Allegri
H.
needed to go, man. I watched Allegri's last season in Juventus.
No. This isn't about
It was one of the
Allegri
most
needing to
suffering
go.
thing I've done. I put up with hell for the whole season.
Double
man,
H,
when I
please
watched
ask
it.
me the questions, man. I'll give you the right answer.
Hasn't just admitted. He just said that Milan outplayed you guys.
Napoli
outplayed you guys.
Juve,
They did.
this season, Juve are better than last season. I'll say that.
Oh God, no! You're wrong.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. No.
I don't agree. Man.
Last season, Juve had one of the greatest starts in Serie A history. You guys had 58 points after like 20 games. That was a record at the time, matching Pep's Bayern. Only beaten by Liverpool.
Let me just
this year.
answer the double H.
Ronaldo effect. That's all I have to say.
Ronaldo effect. So last season, when you guys were undefeated for most of the
This
season,
isn't
that was nothing. Allegri gets no credit. But when you lose, it's all Allegri's fault.
No,
It's not
right? You
Ronaldo's
changed
fault.
the topic.
You want to speak about Ronaldo? This season, Ronaldo is saving Juventus so many times. You want to, bro? Juventus this season is literally just getting goals at the end randomly without actually playing well. Either Ronaldo or
But
Dybala.
they did that under Allegri too. But let me just answer
No,
double
No,
H.
they didn't. Not to this. They're not to
Bro,
this.
let me just answer
Allegri,
double
out
H,
of those
man.
5, Allegri had 3 good seasons.
You guys changed the topic, man. You guys didn't let me finish.
Press answer.
Yeah, man. All I'm saying, dude, is that Sarri needs the right players, and then we can judge him because he doesn't have the right players, man. They're not getting him the.
Bro, he had the right players at
Machine,
Napoli.
I can DM
And
you
Napoli
the right
had the right players.
I promise
Tell
you.
me, give us 2 or 3 right players.
Okay, let me go. Okay, Tonali. Okay, that's one. Tonali's a perfect Sarri player. Okay, Hasim or Pogba is a great addition as well. A wing back like Ricardo Pereira or Hakimi. I prefer Ricardo Pereira because he's better defensively. Even a left back like Marcelo, who's very technical and can provide the creativity.
We're talking about squad.
FG, bro, you're not.
Squad, bro.
No, FG, bro. Marcelo and Ronaldo are best friends, man.
Yeah, but you
that's
named 4
Well,
players.
I'll tell you this. Then
4
this
players already.
even if hypothetically speaking, you're saying that these players are perfect for Sarri's system, this is just not a good fit then, because Juventus are not going to be investing that much money. And
Well,
they're
that's
not
the
gonna
problem.
pay
That's
players.
not.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, man. If
Marcelo,
Sarri needs so many players, they need to get rid of this guy. They need to find a manager who can adapt to these players and
Nobody
get
can
them to
because
the
they're
promised-
that bad. That's how bad they are. No
Hey,
matter what manager
gives
gives
Zidane a call. Gives it on.
Easy. I want to move on. And then we can then take some questions from the live people. So I want to talk about Rakitic now. You see,
Yes,
He's a bum, bro.
he's he's a fantastic player, underrated.
let me.
Kidding me? He's awesome.
So My thing here is this: is that I might be alone in this. Now, Rakitic isn't a tier 1 player or a super player, but I believe that he has been underappreciated and undervalued at Barcelona. I don't care about hype. All I care about is what do you do in games and what do you do in matches. I'm still waiting for Frankie de Jong to show me why he's such a great player. I'm still waiting. People say that Frankie de Jong is the next great midfielder. So I'm waiting for that to see how that will happen. So my thing here is this. Do Barcelona really want to let Rakitic go? Because I'm hearing, because I heard about Rakitic to Inter Milan, I heard about Rakitic to Tottenham and so forth. So this thing here is like, so maybe I'm viewing stuff differently or now I'm looking at stuff differently. But granted, Rakitic is not the same player he was in 2015 where he was amazing and scored in that Champions League final. But are you saying that Barcelona, a struggling Barcelona, don't need Rakitic and they'll be fine with an aging Busquets, a very old Vidal, and a Frank de Jong who is all hype? So let me come first to...
HH, can I go first, actually, on this one?
Okay, Red, go for it.
Because like I don't even know how this happened. When did all of a sudden Rakitic become a bad player? Rakitic was, for me, like all my Barca fans, Barca friends that are Barca fans love Rakitic. Because if you guys remember, he came in 2014, 2015. When he came in as a Xavi replacement, which he seamlessly did. They still haven't been able to replace Iniesta, but they replaced Xavi pretty quick with Rakitic. Rakitic was, in my opinion, he was also a much better finisher than Xavi, because Rakitic could pop up with a good goal every now and then. He scored a couple of Clasico goals. He's a big game player, not only for his club, but also for Croatia. Like, you guys know who was the 5th penalty taker for every penalty shootout for Croatia?
Rakitic, man. Yeah, spot on.
He was the best. He was the one they always trusted him more than Luka Modric. And Luka Modric, when he squandered the penalty in the 94th minutes against Denmark, who was the one that got the 5th penalty? Rakitic. Even against Argentina, he dropped a clinic. He was arguably, him and Modric, between the two of them, I would give them both a 10 in that match. It wasn't just Modric. Rakitic, he was an unsung hero during that 2018 World Cup. The only reason why he was an unsung hero, because Barca fans decided to hate on him, unlike Madrid fans who uplifted Modric. Well, they were kind of split because some of them hated on him because of Ronaldo. But but still, at least he got way more love than Rakitic. Rakitic got nothing. And then, like, just overall his resume of play, he's been such a loyal servant to Barcelona. He was part of a great Sevilla side. He made them great. He was literally every single manager, whether it was at Schalke or Sevilla or at Barcelona, they always praise him. He's been a prodigy. He's honestly been since his younger days. He's 32 right now, so I don't know what you'd expect from a Rakitic, a 32-year-old midfielder. But like, I'll tell you this: when Iniesta was 32 years old, he was heading out to Japan. Just saying, like, we tend to glorify older players, and I know I'm a victim of that because I'm guilty of that because I always glorify older players. But like, we really need to start respecting this player more. He's not a bad player, and honestly, any club that would have him right now, it would be lucky to have him. Like, honestly, if like he's better than Pjanic and he's older than Pjanic, I would like Juve could take.
No, but he's a different position to Pjanic, to be honest.
Wait, Pjanic is a deep line playmaker, right?
At his best, no, bro. At his best, he's a number 10, to be honest.
Exactly. If he's at his best,
season was Roma, yeah.
And Rakitic could easily play a number 10 role. Rakitic is a box-to-box. He can play a number 10. He can play tiki-taka. He does those quick passes. He exploits paces. The only issue he has is his work rate has dipped.
Red.
Go ahead.
So where does this hate and underappreciation come from Rakitic then? Where does this actually stem from?
Two things, HH. Two things. And we've discussed this many times, but like, number one is scapegoating. Is because some people can't openly criticize their goats and they have to throw people under the bus to uplift their goats. Hence why you have Coutinho's no longer a good player. You have Griezmann's now overrated. Dembele's finished. Rakitic is trash. PK's garbage. Like all these players. No. I'm saying the narratives that people throw under the bus. It's not just Messi, by the way. People do this to a lot of players. The second thing is, and I think this is the biggest culprit, is because of the Argentina-Croatia World Cup clash. because of that match where people
You
were.
really think so?
Yes, man. That's when it all started. Because before, you can't tell me before 2018, you guys heard Rakitic slander. Nobody was slandering Rakitic before 2018. Go look at. We can actually. This is actually can be proven. You can go on Twitter and search Rakitic with like whatever,
Bro,
like
that's not the
slur.
reason. That's not the, bro. He was tired after the World Cup. All Croatian players after the World Cup, they dipped. Their performances dipped. So
No,
like that's
but
what.
Hasm. There's always a certain level of respect you have for Finnish players. Like for example, like last season, Madrid had a garbage season. Players still respected Modric. Like not players, sorry, the fans still respected Modric. They knew he wasn't good. We'd always say, like, even right here on the Hangout, multiple times we talked about Modric being finished. But we never at once say that he was garbage. We never said he was trash. We never said get him out of my club. We don't do that because we didn't have that. Now, granted, had, let's say, for example, Modric knocked out Portugal, then and he knocked out Ronaldo, maybe the fan base would react differently. And I'm not saying all Barca fans are doing this, but like a big majority of the loud minority, or like a loud minority online, they slander him. Because like I don't know in what universe do you consider Rakitic a bad footballer? He's not a bad he's
okay. Let's just roll. So Abdullahi, where do you stand in this whole Rakitic situation then?
So can you kind of rephrase your question about Rakitic?
Because basically, there seems to be this hate towards Rakitic from Barca fans, and it's as if Barca fans don't even care if Rakitic gets sold. So do you think that it is unfair how underappreciated Rakitic is, or do you think Barca fans are actually fair in how they've treated and viewed Rakitic because he has declined?
For me, I think we have to go back to when Rakitic was informed. I think in Sevilla, if I'm right very well. He was the best player in Sevilla. So coming to Barcelona was a risk, because how are you sure that system is gonna fit him? Rakitic is a very good player. We have to understand that he's a very good player. But the problem with Rakitic is, and his first thing is Barcelona, because their level of signing of player is worst. Barcelona have the worst board I've ever seen in my entire life. They have the worst board. I'm saying that they have the worst board, because you can't be signing players in your team and those players keep flopping. There's gonna be a huge problem in that team. Because for me, they have the worst board, because people kind of slate Rakitic is this, Rakitic is that, Rakitic is a very good player, very, very good player. Because in Sevilla, it was the best player, and he was even their captain in that team, and he played very, very well. Remember, Rakitic played very well in the Europa League, and I think he also won the Europa League also. If it's not that good, how will Barcelona buy him? Now they are saying it's not that good anymore. It's a crap. No, Barcelona should check themselves, because they are bored. The way their level of signing recently has been very poor. It's been very terrible right now. The way they sign players is very terrible right now. So I think the logic has to go to Barcelona, because their level of signing right now. Because we can't just be blaming Rakitic is this, Rakitic is that. They have to check themselves a lot. Imagine since they lost Neymar, which player have they buy that have been a superstar in their team? They buy Ousmane Dembele, flop. Felipe continue, flop. Now the problem is Rakitic, right? They have to check them. Their level of signing has been terrible, very, very terrible right now. But Barcelona should be the problem, because he's the chairman, he's the president of that team. He needs to check himself. We're signing a man that's gonna fit into my style that's gonna fit into the team entirely. Because everybody keeps slating Rakitic is poor. It's poor. Imagine Rakitic go on that team and becoming their best player in that team. What will people say? Oh, he left Barca because of this, because of that. No.
Okay.
The team is good, but the problem is the president himself. Is he signing the right player for the team or for the manager? That's what we need to know.
Okay. So this is interesting. Before I come to Hazem, it says HH, the Rakitic hate as well as Dembele's come from the fact they refused to be parts of Neymar's return to Barcelona last year's summer swap deal. That's interesting. That is interesting.
I forgot about that, but yeah, that also plays a part. I forgot about that.
In this, Hazem. All right. Christ.
I think HH. I think it's because of a few things. I think first of all, man, I think that his performances haven't been great recently. Like he was good before, but like these last 2 years, he's kind of dipped after the World Cup, like Red said. But I think it's also because of scapegoating, like Red said. A lot of what Red said was true. It's because, man, like, because the Barca fan base, a lot of them, like, they'll defend Messi a lot. Like, they're gonna defend Messi a lot. So to try to push the GOAT agenda, you know? So I think that because of that, they just, they find scapegoats, so that they could suit their agendas. And I think it's because they just hate on him because of the fact that, his liabilities in the last few years have costed, Messi, perhaps a Champions League, for example. Or I think it's also because of the fact that, it's probably because his performances have dipped. That's for sure. Because before that, they did appreciate him a lot. So I think it's a mix of things, man. I think it's because his performances. Because from what I've seen as well, he's not a very good player as he used to be. And every time I see him, he's basically just passing sideways, and that frustrates a lot of Barca fans that I talk to myself. And I also think it's because of the scapegoating, like Red said. So I think it's a mix of both. I agree with Red, but I also think it's a mix of both, man. Because his performances have dipped, and he's not the same player he was pre-World Cup, and 2015 was his peak. So yeah, man, I don't think he's been the same. But I definitely do think that as a career, if these Barca fans are hating on him for his career, you can't, man. He's a good player. He's achieved. And he's put in performances. He scores in big games, El Clasico, for example. So, yeah, man, I think he's underappreciated. But I think his performances are slightly the reason why, and along with the scapegoating as well for Messi, to protect Messi. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
All right. Muntaha.
Yeah, bro. For me, bro, they signed one season that Dutch wonder, bro. I mean, what is his name? One season wonder, bro. I forgot his name. Ding Dong. Yeah, Ding Dong, bro. I mean, bro, what he does is that on the pitch is that he just attempt one what do you call feint by just lowering his shoulder and giving back pass. How can you hit on Rakitic? I don't understand that. I mean, that's what Ding Dong gives to you or offers you, to be honest, this season, right? For Barcelona fans. And you're hating on Rakitic, that guy has been, so instrumental for Barca. Let's be honest, bro. 2015, right? He came back. I mean, when he joined Barcelona, yeah? I mean, he never. Okay, yeah, I know. The tactics were completely different. They used to bypass midfield, even though he was instrumental for them. I mean, he scored in the final. I know Iniesta assisted in all those things, but he scored in the final. He scored so many clutch goals. I mean, clutch goals in El Clasicos as well. He scored multiple occasions. Then being really good for them. I mean, come on. I mean, Rakitic has been so good for Barcelona football. I don't understand what this guy have to do. I mean, okay, this guy have to be another Xavi or something like that. I mean, come on, but he's been always instrumental for them. Last season, I know, okay, he was decline in his performance, same as all the Croatian players. They decline except Kovacic, I believe. Except Kovacic, all of them they decline in their performance because the World Cup factor, everything. Being associated with that. But even this season, I mean, who's the best midfielder? It's Arturo Vidal. Okay, Rakitic has been not the best one, but still better than the one season Dutch wonder. I mean, and he did pretty much well for Barcelona, I believe. Yeah, man, all these haters coming from I can understand from Messi fans when they hate.
Okay, so you believe that Barcelona will regret it if they were to sell Rakitic?
No, I mean, come on. It's not regretting Rakitic if you replace a better player with him, for example, Marco Verratti or Paul Pogba or something like that. That's not regretting, but it depends by which player you replace him, right? But if you Frankie Ding Dong is still is not ready to replace Rakitic, I believe, in that team. So I mean, I don't know how they're going to do it, man. So it's not going to regret it because Rakitic he passed his prime days, I believe. It's not the same player anymore, but I believe he did a lot for Barcelona, and they hate him especially for the Liverpool second leg, which actually they should hate Jordi Alba more, Coutinho more, and all these other guys, other players more than Rakitic. But yeah, I can see there's a bias thing and an agenda against him, I believe, and Barcelona Football Club going against him. Yeah, so I believe that the guy is great player, man. Great player. Yeah.
All right, Vas.
Okay, so definitely Red was spawned in what he said. It was after that Argentina game and after that World Cup that Rakitic really he dropped, and after that performance he for Croatia, his full drop for Barca, and because he played as well as he did in the World Cup, in particular that match against Argentina where he dropped masterclass, I think that's where definitely a lot of the hate comes from. Rakitic, I think that people expect way too much of him. And the thing is that if you see what's happened to Barcelona in the last few years, right, especially the last maybe 2 seasons, ever since Iniesta left, their creativity from the midfield declined a lot. They haven't really been creating from the midfield as much as they used to do in, let's say, the Guardiola Villanova eras when they had a peak Xavi and a peak Iniesta provide for the forward line. They don't really have that anymore. And since Iniesta's left, right, their midfield isn't really doing that. And I feel like fans just expect, for some reason, Rakitic to do this, even though he's not that kind of player. He's a very reliable player. And another reason why that the fans actually hate him is because Valverde always favored him, because Rakitic is reliable and he's good defensively, and because Valverde kept playing him, and because the fans for some reason just hate Valverde, despite how well he did in La Liga. That hate also translated a little bit to Rakitic. I will have to say that. And in addition to that, I think it's also the escape team, because another player who's not a very good playmaker, who was billed as a good playmaker. You're probably not going to like this, but Barca fans actually build. I know one Barca fan who definitely builds Verratti as better than, build De Jong as better than Verratti as midfielder, because supposedly he was so creative and so talented, but the truth is he's been very underwhelmed this season, and he's not been as creative either. Yet he escaped all this criticism at Rakitic, a player who's older and past his prime, gets so much hate. It's definitely unfair on him. So
Okay. Gatlock.
Look, I already said it once here before that I was in love with that 2014-2015 Barcelona, because I felt Rakitic and Suarez, the signings in 2014, they were like the beginning of a new style for Barcelona. More attacking, more fluid, rather than that tic-tac-toe bullshit. But it's like ever since Enrique left, even though I don't really rate him that much for the treble, ever since Enrique left, it's like there's been an underappreciation for Rakitic. This guy was very, very, very good, and I think he was the last good midfielder they bought. Maybe barring Arthur, but maybe a bit of Arturo Vidal, but he was like the last good midfielder that fit the system they were playing very well. Rakitic, because De Jong hasn't really done much, and the signings after that has been bullshit. It hasn't really helped him at all. This Rakitic was he was very good in that 2014-2015 season. And he plays a different style to what Barcelona usually play. With the whole passing sideways, he passes forward for the MSN all the time. That's why he was very, very effective in that team. And I feel with Neymar going, they've reverted back to their 2011-2010 days without the players. Arthur and Frankie De Jong, Arturo Vidal, Dembele, they are not going to emulate that 2011 Barcelona. Rakitic would have helped, but right now he doesn't really have, because as a good midfielder you need people to feed off of, and right now with Iniesta gone, there isn't much midfield in there for Barcelona for Rakitic to feed off, and I feel he's been unappreciated that way. Look, he's 32. If that was the reason why they were saying he should leave, okay, I get it, but the reasons for him leaving doesn't make any sense, because unless they get somebody to replace Rakitic, I really don't see how Barcelona are going to cope without that. That's my take on the guy. I think he's very underappreciated. Wherever he goes to, it depends. If he goes to a Mourinho team, I think he will do well. Even though that guy is washed out, I think he will do well. Okay. And to answer your question, Double H, on where I am, I'm in the Brick Academy and I'm looking for you. I can't find you. Red, where's your descendants?
What is it?
I'm in a special quarters, bro. You can't find me where I am. They've put me in a special quarters, and yeah, that does sound like Brick Academy quality. So it makes sense. But I'm in a special place. Don't worry. I'm serving my time like a good boy. Don't worry. All right, let's I want to take some questions right now. So guys, send in questions. We'll try and answer a few questions before we get out of here. So from Ronnie says, Partey seems to be having issues getting a good contract at Atleti. What team would he suit best if he moved away from Atletico Madrid? For me, I think he would be superb for Juventus.
Oh, I was
I
just about to say that. Thank you, HA.
Yeah, I think he would really add that kind of midfield presence and utility. That basically, I think that he'll be able to do Matuidi's job a lot better than Matuidi, because Partey is just a better player than Matuidi. So I think Juve he would do very well.
In my opinion, though, in my opinion, I think I think he's going to Arsenal. I honestly think.
Whoa!
Yes.
Waste.
No.
Waste of
Here's the
time,
thing.
bro.
Here's the thing. If he goes to Arsenal, that Premier League money is good money, right? Let's not forget that Arsenal is also a massive club branding wise. They're like they might, but maybe footballing wise, they're not at the level as that they once were. But like if we get him, he's a vital part. He knows that he's going to be getting that playing time. Like it could be a massive move. It could be like Conte to Chelsea. You know what I mean? Like where he just comes in, he pretty much like grabs that midfield. Now he defines that midfield. Same thing with Partey. He goes to Arsenal. Now it's going to be his midfield. Nobody's going to be better than him. There's no pecking order, right? He's top dog. So I really think that would be a good move for him and a good challenge, because Arsenal really like they just need a couple of pieces and they're back at the top. Like they'll be back in consistent champion.
Okay.
Oh, why would Partey go?
They need a lot of pieces, to be honest, bro. They need a
Wait,
lot of pieces.
wait, so Red, you want to be telling me that Partey would move from Atletico Madrid to no offense Arsenal?
Yeah, don't. Arsenal are bigger than Atletico Madrid. Maybe Atletico Madrid are better right now, but like Arsenal is still like look, Atletico Madrid don't pay good money. They're still like they're getting that money now, but Arsenal have money.
Bro,
Like,
Simeone is the highest paid manager in the world.
yes, it hasn't, but like overall branding wise, like for a player's personal brand, there's a reason why players like to go to London. There's a reason why players like to go to these clubs, because they get paid good money. Why do you think Ozil won't leave Arsenal? They're feeding him very well. He's not going to leave. Partey to go there, he'll be able to get good money. He'll be able to get full playing time. He'll be able to really make his team his own and shape it into his own. He could be a Vieira type like player, a player where he runs that midfield, and he does have that strong personality.
Okay, but my thing though is that, and this is what I can understand. Why would Atletico Madrid sell arguably their best player?
He wants to leave. Apparently. He didn't like his extension. That's what what they're reporting is. He didn't like the extension they were offering him, so he's thinking about leaving. Now it's still in Atleti's court. Like I think Atleti could still come back with a lucrative offer, but I don't think Atleti have much more to offer because they've already put too much money into the João Felix and Simeone and the other balls they had. Now, guys, I know I'm hearing people saying like, oh, why would you say Arsenal? Because look, Partey could go for. I know a lot of big clubs want Partey, but when you're a player of his caliber, the most important thing you need is playing time. You don't go and sit on the bench at a club. You don't. If you come to Madrid,
Juventus
let's say,
gives him playing time, bro. Juventus gives him playing.
Juve is a good option. To be honest with you, Juve is a good option for him too. It would be great. But
he has playing time already.
Pardon?
He already has playing time. Why does he need?
No, but it's playing time plus money. Right, you want to get paid more than what he's paying right now. Because what's his wages? I'm pretty sure. Can somebody Google and just find out what his wages are right now? Because I'm pretty sure you can get double what he's getting paid right now. Because he's an elite talent. Because Partey could shoot, Partey could defend, he could pass, he could do everything. He takes free kicks for Atleti. He's their free kick taker, and he's really good at them. He's really good. So I think, man, he should definitely go to not like there's. I don't see him fitting in at Chelsea. I don't see him just going to other than the Premier League. I really think he's going to go to the Prem. I think he wants to go to the Prem, especially because, like, from what I've noticed a lot of African players, they tend to like to go to the Premier League more. The Premier League is just more. It's more like it's bigger in Africa than it is in other nations. Than let's say, for example, Syria. Am I wrong?
No, it's true. No, but what? See, Arsenal as a brand are bigger than Atletico. In footballing terms, put it this way: Partey going to Arsenal and Arsenal potentially losing Aubameyang, Partey may never sniff the Champions League again. He may never actually sniff the Champions League competition again if he goes to Arsenal and Arsenal sell Aubameyang. Because Arsenal, for me, I'm telling you right now, 3 or 4 years they're not going to be in the Champions League, and even if they are, they wouldn't even be close to competing. So wouldn't Partey look at a Bayern Munich, look at a Juventus before even sniffing an Arsenal, based on just how highly regarded he is.
I would love Partey at Bayern. That would be amazing for Lewandowski.
Yeah, man, that would be amazing for Bayern.
I think Bayern are already they could really win the Champions League this season. But if they get Partey, wow, they're definitely competing for that.
Yeah, true.
Goodness. Okay, so Hazem, your thoughts on this then, Partey?
What about Partey? What was the question exactly about Partey?
If Atletico sell Partey and he leaves, which is the right club for him?
Yeah, I'll have to say. Wait, actually, I think either Liverpool or Bayern. Because if you look at Liverpool's midfield, they have Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Naby Keita, and maybe Milner.
Fabinho is a DM. You can't play there.
But I think they still need that top quality kind of box to box midfielder that's also a holding presence there. So they already have Wijnaldum on one side. I think if you form a midfield of Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Thomas Partey, I think that would be amazing. I think that would actually make Liverpool competing.
So you're going to bench Henderson?
Yeah, I'll bench Henderson because I think even though he was important in the Champions League, I think his time is running out, to be honest. And I think Partey is a more physical, dominating presence coming in. But personally, I would prefer him if he goes to Bayern, because if he joins that Bayern midfield, that will also be amazing, because you already have Kimmich and Thiago in there, but Thiago Alcantara is quite injury prone. So if you have Thomas Partey and Joshua Kimmich as a double pivot, and this is Thomas Partey's, I think, best position, double pivot, then that would be insane for Bayern. And he would also protect the defense much better than Thiago would. And I think Bayern would definitely be Champions League favorites if they get Partey. So, and they have the money to spend. So I think Bayern is the perfect one for him.
Okay. Christ for this.
Yeah, man. I agree with Hazem, man. He brought up so many good points. Bayern is a great option, but obviously, since I'm a little biased, my biased side, I would say Juventus, obviously, because he's better than like all our midfielders for sure. He would offer way more to our midfield. So I would say Juventus, but if I'm talking objectively, I think Bayern's a better option right now. Right now, like they're a better option than us. But if we build a team around him as well, like we add Tonali and then we get a right back, okay, and then let's say we get a striker, I think Juve is a great option for him, man. Like Juventus is a great option. But I agree with Hazem. Bayern is a very good option for him. He can really because the thing is, man, I think Kimmich is better off at right back than as a DM. So I think if he can go there, if he goes to Bayern, then Kimmich will play in his comfortable position, and they'll have more depth because they could rotate. They could bring in Pavard, and then they could rest Kimmich, or vice versa. They can play Kimmich and rest Thomas Partey. So yeah, I think because Red has a point, man. When it comes to marketing, Arsenal's a good choice. But the thing is, I'm taking into account as a footballing perspective, being around a quality team. I think Bayern and Juventus are the best options for him. I really do. So yeah. Man.
Okay. Abdullahi.
Yeah, I think for me, I listened to what Azim said and Christ said, but I think let me rebut up first to what Christ said before going to Thomas Partey. I think we're too overhyped about Sarri. Yeah, I know Sarri is a good coach, but for me, Sarri isn't that good, because I would say right now, Sarri is a possession football manager. It works very well in Napoli because he has a player who knows how to play possession football. In Alan, in Jorginho, that's the player you can play in Sarri football. In Chelsea, it doesn't work because you have Jorginho to play as a DM and you have Mathieu Kovacic and N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante is not the right wing. N'Golo Kante is a box-to-box midfield. He's not even a DM. He's a box-to-box midfielder. So imagine playing N'Golo Kante in the right wing and telling me Sarri is a good manager. Sarri isn't that good.
He didn't play him right wing.
He played right wing, yeah. He played at the right wing, yeah. Last year.
Yeah. This is who?
Right wing.
Yeah, he played N'Golo Kante as a right wing, yeah. In Chelsea. Yeah, he played at the right wing.
In right center mid.
Yeah, that was when there was a complaint. Chelsea doesn't like him because you are restricting Kante's positioning. He's a box to box midfielder, but you took him for a box. a box-to-box midfield and you play him on the right wing. That was a fraction between Chelsea and Sarri. That was the problem with him. So imagine Thomas Partey going there on that side. There's no way it's gonna work. Sarri has to change his
How do you know it's not gonna work if you haven't even seen him play? Like,
Sarri is a possession manager. Sarri has to change his formation for Thomas Partey to work. He has to change his formation because if you are playing a 4-4-2 diamond, you can't tell me you have let's say they give him all the player he wants. You want this, they give him all the player. Now, what is his best formation for territory? Where would Thomas Partey play? Where would Pogba play? Imagine getting
Partey's a holding midfielder. Yeah, that's true.
So where would they play? There's no way it's gonna play because it's not gonna work. Sarri is a possession manager. He needs a player in his team to play. In Jorginho and in Sandro Tonali. That's the player he needs right now in his formation to play. That's why Juventus are struggling right now. Because they don't have that kind of player.
So where should Partey then go then? Which is the
best way Partey should go. I'm not gonna say Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich has a lot of player like Kimmich. Pavard is not even a right back. I don't know why they're playing Pavard as the right back. I don't know why they're playing.
He's playing well there. He's playing well as well.
Yeah,
he's playing very well. So that my fraction with Partey is I think he most likely want to go to EPL. And it's gonna be a problem because if he chooses Arsenal is selling Aubameyang maybe for 45 or 50 million. Now he goes to Arsenal. Now tell me he's gonna be playing Premier League football, but no European League football. Is they gonna be satisfied with playing Premier League week in and week out with that Champions League? He's an experienced player.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the problem. And if he doesn't want to office in the next 2 to 3 years, Thomas Partey will leave.
Spot on.
He needs to win. So it's not a medical player. So it's an experienced player who has been in European football for a long time. So he knows what he's meant to play in European football. If he doesn't win trophies in the next 2 years, Thomas Partey is gone.
Key point.
Where will he go? That's the question right now.
I think about that. Champions League factor.
Exactly. So where I could say he could go is Juventus, unless Mauricio Sarri leave. That's when Thomas Partey will fit in. If he doesn't leave, it's not going to Juventus.
Okay. Muntaha.
Okay, bro. So for me, with regards to Thomas Partey, right? So I believe that, like, I'm hearing us also, like, from some of the news from Atletico camp, like he might renew his contract with Atletico Madrid. Okay, so if that's not the case, so which clubs are there, for him to be best suited? I believe like Real Madrid doesn't need him. He doesn't suit in Barcelona. So which club he should go for? Juventus, good club, I believe. And the reason is that because you know what? I kind of agree with Abdullahi's point of view with respect to Sarri, how he plays and all. But you have to think, Abdullahi, how long Sarri will last in Juventus? We don't know. He might get sick at the end of the season.
That's the problem. He might even stay ahead of
No. That's not a problem, I believe, Abdullahi. That's an advantage, I believe. If he goes to Juventus and if they start playing with double pivot, something like that, what's his name? This guy next to Tonali, right? If they sign Tonali, I'm just going all with the hypothetical scenario, right? If they sign Sandro Tonali, Thomas Partey next to him, perfect situation for Juventus. But the better option for him right now is Bayern Munich as well. If he goes to Bayern, Thiago Alcantara.
But where would he fits in at Bayern? If everyone fits.
Bro, to be honest, we have seen Bayern playing as a double pivot as well, and I don't like, bro. For me, sorry, man. Like I know the way you love Kimmich, but Kimmich is not a world-class midfielder. He's not a world-class, DM or something like that. I'm sorry, man. You're going back to your original position, Kimmich, where you play the best football.
No, come on, bro. Kimmich is very good, bro.
No, but not the world-class and all. That's. He's not world-class.
Don't you remember, bro? He put a great performance against Real Madrid.
Bro, he scored 1 goal. Okay, after that he scored 1 mistake. Listen to me, and that's what he's living up to, man. Okay, and look, I'm not saying he's bad player and all. No. Don't get me wrong. Why are you getting me wrong? I'm not saying he's a world-class midfielder. He's not a world-class midfielder. Why people are getting wrong putting Kimmich as a world-class midfielder? Okay, he's good. He's versatile, but he's a world-class right back. Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, he's good on the ball. He's not like Philip Lam. People say, "Oh, he's like Philip Lam, where he can play both the position as DM as well." No. That's utterly false. I don't buy that thing, bro. No. I'm sorry, man. He's not a world class midfielder like Philip Lam used to be in the days of Pep Guardiola. Secondly, if he goes to Bayern, I mean, that's the best club, I believe, for him right now, as per the footballing terms, because that club needs another player next to Thiago Alcantara. Oh my God, that will help them a lot. I mean, I believe as a footballing way, he will grow a lot in Bayern Munich as well and help them a lot defensively as well and box to box as well. So that guy is like a really talented player for me, Thomas Partey. Third club, I believe, he can go. Okay, if it's just about money, right? PSG and Manchester United. Any two of them one, Yeah, because Manchester United, they need a midfielder. They cannot just rely upon McTominay and all these guys. Okay, they need another. There could be a scenario, right? There could be a scenario where they need. Okay, once they keep Pogba, they have Bruno Fernandes, and they allow Thomas Partey to get into that midfield. And United is a big club, and they can easily offer him, 300,000 a week easily. That's not a big deal for a club like Manchester United. Same goes for PSG. So I think so. Like, it's from a wide spectrum. If you'll see, the best case scenario for him right now is Bayern Munich. After that, Juventus, and then PSG. So that could be then the order. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, basically, for me, look, man. I mean, I still think that Atletico Madrid would be stupid to sell the dude to the bot. See, this is why it's so annoying what has happened in the Champions League, because I'm so curious what Atletico Madrid would have done with that team, them beating Liverpool. Because I always say, look, man, Atletico, boom, they're never winning the Champions League. Their best chance was in 2014. They were 2 minutes away, and Ramos said no. But then I said to myself that if they had this team and Partey again was crucial in that game, could they have gone all the way? Could they have potentially gone all the way? Because for me, it's like once Godin left and Griezmann left, and we can talk about Griezmann and another time, I was like, okay, that's it. That's the end of the dynasty. Then obviously Gabi left as well. That's the end of the dynasty. But the thing though is, this could have been their competition. I mean, it could have been like, apart from Man City, maybe Juventus, but Juventus, I'm just not sold at them. And PSG, you never know. Atletico could have gone all the way.
Bayern, bro, Bayern.
Oh yeah, Bayern. Oh yeah, Bayern. But and look, people will call me crazy and everything. See this just pains me. All I wanted was to see the second leg. Okay, fine. Chelsea would get smashed. Let me see it happen.
Bro, that's
before we then move on, before we make cases. Okay, look, man. Let me go and eat some late night food, man. I'm starving, guys. All right. Peace out, guys. Stay true, stay real. I'm out, man. Peace out.
CHA.
Peace.
See you